Hello everyone, good evening, welcome to Transformers the Show number 157. We are live on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you for joining us on this Friday evening. Loads coming up.
How'd you get a ball joint to stay in?
Oh, you're such a cunt.
May I have your attention, please? This is the captain of your ship! I'm sorry. When you found this away! You left me broken hearted! But I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway.
Hey, I'm joking. You're not really. See you next Tuesday. You're lovely, Alexis, and I love it how you choose your opportune moments to talk about ball joints.
Did the chat answer?
No. A lot of people agree to me. Not many answers about ball joints. Yeah, right. Tonight, I've got some Transformers pickups. I'm excited about that. As a change to the norm. We're live on Twitch as well, so feel free to follow us there as well. Anything we write in the comments will come out on Twitch and into Hasbro. There's quite a lot of news as well to go through. We're also going through our favourite Transformer base modes, which should be a good bit. Plus, we're doing what we're looking forward to this year. So some of the announced stuff.
And our
that we're looking
favourite
forward
position of Megan Fox.
Well, that is something you're going to do later. That's a Jamie special is going to show us all the positions that he would do.
I think she's got lovely eyes, so it's just going to be me staring a lot. You know, gorgeous.
She does
eyes.
have lovely eyes.
Yeah.
The last thing was we're going to do.
How do
yeah,
you
what we're
know
looking
she's
forward
always
to
got a
this
bag
year.
over her head when she's round your place?
Oh, poor
That's
Megan.
you. That's when
That's
you
weird.
play
That's
Megan
weird.
Fox. And I'm like,
That's
like
what
she's
anybody
don't do
wants
the
to be a
voice.
fourth
You
member of
spoil
the
it.
show, do they?
Drew's saying it's really blurry. Is this in standard definition? So we record off of Betamax, which then gets uploaded to a Betamax player.
Through my Fisher
I
Impact
guess it's quite crisp.
laptop.
Yeah, Impact. Maybe. I mean, Drew's quite old, so maybe it's just his
He
eyes.
He
that
is,
he's got,
to be
yeah.
fair.
I mean,
If
to be
anyone
honest,
else,
someone should be taking you to the back of the garden, Drew, and asking you to look at the pretty flowers. There's a load of shotgun. You're just approaching that age.
it's harsh, but it's true.
Approaching.
Oh.
Mate, that's well gone.
Oh yeah, he's well fucking past it.
Right, should we do some news?
Use a pillow, save the bullets. That's what I say.
News.
I talk some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
If you've got fuzzy comments, it's probably you.
You're right, get some glasses. That's what you need. Some glasses, lads. It's age catching up with you. I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Studio
give in your
Series Battle
mascot
Trap
card.
in package photos that came out
I've
this week.
not pre-ordered this, but every time I keep seeing photos, I keep thinking, "Oh, you're starting to look good," and I'm like, "No."
They're
I
tempting
don't
you.
know. It's yeah. This one might be one I might pick up from it. That's the
You
background.
sold sludge
as
today,
well.
so you've lost your taste.
I haven't
just
sold it
don't
at
know.
all. Nobody's bought it. Nobody wants him.
Jamie, take a look.
Just
that
goes to
picture.
show.
Let's go down to the local
Oh.
goldfish shop and get a background like that for.
Is that a holiday in Greece he's went to or something?
It looks like it, yeah.
Oh,
Although
those Greeks, they know how to
There's
party.
turned over
don't they?
burnt out
This is a
cars, so it could be
post-Brexit
Hartlepool.
Greece, right?
It's just a Saturday night, though. That
And there he
day,
is
I
on
doubt
his
it.
So
Got
it
his
looks
fist in
all right.
hand.
There's his box art with his. Are
Good
He
face.
is looking good, boy. He's starting to, I don't know if it's
Are
just me
those-
getting weaker.
those eyebrows? Is that one massive monobrow? If it
No,
is, I love
it's a
it.
crown. It's a crown.
It's a crowd.
Obviously. Then, I've forgotten what this one's called, but it's the one that's basically a camera. It's
Reflector.
reflector, but it's not reflector, is it? But it is reflector.
is.
That's the name they've given it. It's not. They've just
It's
stuck a few
reflector if he
bits
was
on to make it
pregnant.
look like him.
It's a pregnant reflector.
There's the Optimus Prime version as well, isn't there? Supposedly, but anyway, this is the reflector version.
Yes,
Somebody's
people
got it
would
again in
note it.
hand.
It's
Refractor R5.
It's a real
And if you
camera.
like your cameras.
It doesn't work. It's not a real camera.
No, it's not a working
Yes, it is.
camera.
No, it's not.
No, it's really not.
This is
In the same sense that you haven't really transformed either Unicron or Megatron today.
I mean, no spoilers of my pickups.
Did you see Dave? Dave was transforming Unicorn today. Almost felt like he was having a breakdown when he did that video. You know. Oh, it's so heavy.
I hope he's not had a breakdown.
How's a child meant to do this?
Anyway, looks like a camera. I'm not really into my cameras, so I don't know how realistic or not this looks, but I'm guessing pretty realistic.
It's very realistic, Andy.
Will you be purchasing this ball?
No. Canon.
Is that because it's a transformer?
It says Canon. Yeah. If it was a Joy Toy Space Marine, which was also a camera, I would be all over this.
Space Marine camera.
Yeah. Got Transformers this week.
Oh, hello. Yeah, this happens at the moment as well. So this is the Takara box set of Legacy Menasor. Why it keeps doing this, I don't know.
But you're old.
So it comes in this.
No, I'm not.
This strange package, which is a bit like the Star Saber one. You know, just like the grids and everything. Oh, these pictures weren't doing this when I opened them up earlier. I hate you, Messenger. Anyway, you get all 5 of them just in the normal packaging. They seem to be exactly the same as the standard releases.
We need a new IT guy.
Is this the whole news?
No, I swear to God, I went through these earlier on just
Sure
from my
you
computer.
did. Sure you did.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's one.
Yeah. Far.
Anyway,
Anyway,
it's
our
exactly
position's
the same
opened up for an
Menasor.
IT guy on our show. You don't need to wear
I
glasses.
don't do IT for this frigging show anyway. I only do the news because you lot are too bloody lazy to. Anyway, so there's Menasor. It's exactly the same
got
as the
glasses,
Menasor
you should
standard
use
release,
them.
but it comes in a.
I thought you were
box
smart.
set.
That's why you wore glasses.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
What's
the
happened
definition
to you,
of
Andy?
intelligence.
you're falling down in my estimation.
Speaking of kind of the fallen, it's Scourge, and there he is with a comparison photo that's come out of
Good
him
light.
next to the Bumblebee Optimus Prime. I know, I thought it was quite smooth. Bumblebee Optimus Prime, and there his truck mode again. But we've seen quite a lot of photos of this, so we won't dwell on it for too long. And that was pretty much all of the mainline news.
Oh, do
That's-
we have a
that's
new intro
pretty
for
much
third
everything.
party as well now?
Oh fuck! I forgot the.
Shall we fill for a little bit?
No, let's just get on with it. We've got things to do.
Sorry, there's a new
Gavel's
third
racing back
Do it
with me.
next time.
How's Gav
intro.
getting
We'll
back?
do it next time.
It's very cool.
Dale said there's only 100 of those Menasors.
Really? Is it that
are they available
limited?
from the
Wow.
UK?
That is very
Not in the
limited.
UK.
But it's not really that limited because the individual boxes are just there. It's just the packaging. I mean,
Yeah,
literally,
exactly.
it's a fucking
You're getting the
cardboard.
same box.
What's fucking limited about that? It's just a cardboard box.
Limited
Their imagination.
intelligence.
Did someone
well.
print it right down and go, we'll call it limited?
We will get a third-party new intro next week, which I'm excited to do. But sorry, I forgot this week. It's been busy at work. It's been very busy. Right, here we go.
Stormy
Third
Storm,
party.
you're a little bit pixelated on your camera for me. I don't know if anybody else has seen that, or if that's what the reference was
And
to
me-
before.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, like not really bad, not like Alexis bad when his goes, but
Like
just
double
a
up.
little bit.
No, I am, but I should be getting better now. I had the warning up.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah.
Is that what you call it?
And I completely ignored it. It was saying pics, and I was like,
Ah, you're an IT guy after my own
Download one of
heart.
those special movies again.
Anyway,
Ban-
Alexis,
Bandwidth
this is-
strangled.
This is what? This is your
movies
domain.
recommended by Paul for the VR headset.
Oh, I could recommend many a good movie.
The other time of Joy Toy.
What happens
Just
when
try
the
it.
children
Just try it. If
use
you haven't
then?
tried it, just try it. Turn on the VR headset. Make sure no one's in. You know what website to go to. Select VR only movies, and just have the best time.
I really want. Please, Lisa, if you're watching, please film him when he does it next time.
What? Whoa! Why do you want to film him? You don't want to see what he's looking at. You just want to film him.
You've seen the clip, right?
Alexis,
Where the guy's
just go
doing it,
and-
his wife walks in, he's like doing all this movement and stuff. And his wife goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he-
Paul's a
I mean,
professional.
if she knows he's doing it, then she's probably not going to be that upset.
Paul will be using a Yankit.
Yeah, don't start skiing, Alexis. It's just a wank.
Anyway, that was the third-party news, and we
Fuck
finished.
snowboard.
That was quick.
No confusion there with snowboarding.
All
This
us
is a
professionals
fourth
using a
party.
Yankit
We'll do the news now. This is the fourth party, upscaled Ratchet and Ironhide I've only seen them available at the moment from Show Z. They are £40. No, sorry, yeah, they are $40 bucks. I think they are. So about £35. So they scale with your MP collection. So I think that's the Magnificent Mecha Prime, maybe potentially, or there might be the Toy World Prime at the back there, and you've got the aerial bots there, High Dive, and the other one, which look quite good, and that's the Zeta Bumblebee, and you've got the Zeta Cliff Jumper.
So basically, this is just upscale Chug. It's for people
Yeah,
who want Chug
it
figures.
works, right? I mean,
They're
they're good. They're good molds, right?
Yeah, Chug is.
So
superior.
I've ordered the Ratchet. So
Robocop said
that'll be
the
arriving
transformation
next
slightly
week, I think.
changed.
Sorry.
With them. Robocop said the transformation slightly changed with them.
Ooh, I don't know. I haven't got the original, so I don't know.
Also, Dave Ray got breasts today. Oh, beasts, not breasts. Beasts. Sorry.
Oh,
Arify
Maybe
said
it's,
breasties.
why not
No,
both?
beasts again.
Arify, you've left the R out
Comments.
again.
Cool.
Like leaves the R out of fire. Leaves the R out of breasts. Strange boy.
And this is Transart's Transmetal Tarantulas.
Tarantulas, Transmetal 1 Tarantulas.
He does look
Transart,
good.
this is, I think, their 5th rendition. They've got the Rat Trap and the Cheetor and Prime and Megs, which are all very shiny and chrome. And if you want to check out what one of those looks like, go on to Arify's channel. He wears white gloves when he does it.
Does he? Does he really?
He does. I sent you the photograph. You did nothing with
It's like
it.
a snooker judge. Don't they wear white gloves?
He's more like a
He's
mason, you know,
moonlighting,
like special handshake.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of them. Kissing
His
glove.
tongue in your ear. He says it's part of the
Oh,
process.
definitely
I'll just
kissing
go
glove
with
there. Anyway, there it is. It looks good. You know?
It does. I can't remember what it looked like. So if it looks like that, they're pretty.
It looks like
accurate
that.
from what-
I've got the original one just up there, and it looks very similar to that, except in colour. But I'm sure there'll be a colour version. Loads of people got excited about this one.
Yes.
Make Toys
Yes.
Grand Bind, which is their
Make
Hydra.
Toys are back. So yeah, they teased this a while back actually. So you can order this now. It's out in April. If you want to, if you want to buy it from the cheapest UK source, you have until next week, I think. And you can go to Primetime Toys and you can pre-order this. It's £115, or you can pre-order it. The first batch will be £10 deposit, £5 postage. So yeah, so tap up Graham or Greg, or just go to primetimetoys.co.uk.
You getting this?
I am getting this. Yes, I will be. But I will
Of course
be
he's doing this.
acquiring. Well, I've got Chrome Dome. I've got Hardhead. So you know, it's like you don't just abduct 2 of the Spice Girls. I mean, you know.
Also, you buy
you know,
everything, so I mean that's another reason why we know you get
Get
it.
it out.
You do know the Spice Girls are quite old these days. I'm not
I
saying
know.
anything
Who's the
misogynistic.
new girl band? I don't know. Who's the new girl band?
They'd probably be quite happy.
Yeah, well, you watch those K-pop boy bands, don't you? Wouldn't you be?
Oh, he
want
does.
to abduct them.
Who's the girl band you want to abduct, Jay? Which one is?
Actually, they're too young now for me. I'd be arrested. Well, I would be arrested for abducting them as well. No.
And there you go. Moving
Yes.
Love
Yeah,
and
no,
Order, by the
Saying
way.
highbrows, the worst headmaster. Who's the headmaster?
on. Who said that?
that?
Who said that? I
Bumble
will
Jumper,
slap you
Ed.
silly.
Who's the
Ed,
one that
you
came
are-
out who was blue
Don't
and
make me
red
crack you.
and
Hey?
came out and it was based on I think the Ironhide mold.
Crosshairs. He's
Guy,
not a head
Crosshairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the worst one.
It was
Yeah.
Siege. And he's a target master. He's not a
Brilliant.
headmaster.
Nice knowledge there, Paul.
You
Very
transform
good.
toys.
This is why he hates Transformers.
I don't think
He was quite cool in
Hey,
Rebirth.
you just got
Rohan
mocked.
runs the show.
I just want to point out you just got mocked for your knowledge of Transformers by Alexis.
Ooh.
Think about that. Right, moving on.
Oh.
What? No, we're not moving on because we haven't even discussed this yet.
No, we haven't.
Lovely.
Magic Square. So these aren't the official. So someone's done a very nice rendition, coloured them up. They've released grey renders of all of their, and you can flip through if you want, of all the Chromaticons. We know
Maybe I don't
who
want them.
they are. Paul doesn't, but
We
we
want
do.
to look
That's
at this
fine.
poo brown blast off.
Oh, I'm well up for
Who's
this.
this, Paul? Who's
Magic
this?
Square. Magic
Who's
Square.
who's the character?
Bro, why are you testing me? I don't want this
He's
now.
now
I want the
testing you
show.
on your knowledge, which
I
is
get
really
tested.
funny. It's really
not
funny.
That's Brawl. I know that. Vortex.
Well
Go on,
done.
give me another.
Are you sure?
Yep. Ape face. Swindle.
Correct. Oh,
I like how they've got the fake tire on the inside of his leg there. Looks quite clever. Just see how that goes.
It does
And
look
honestly,
as though it's been called in by crayons, though.
well, it's
It's
just a
digitally
rendering.
done. Someone's done. A fan has done this.
Yeah.
I've always wondered.
I don't think these are official.
But
Whoever
to be
put
fair,
these in, could
Magic
you
Square doesn't
get in
much
touch with the
better.
show, because I've always wanted to work out how to get paint back. Because obviously that's what was used here.
They probably didn't use
Microsoft
paint.
Microsoft Paint.
Crayons. Anyway,
What was the one on the Amiga called?
This is, I can't remember the name of it. Chat, help me out. I can't remember the name
drink
of
some
it.
wine.
First company
Paul,
that
drink
makes
some
this.
wine.
What are we doing?
Oh, hello.
How's it flicked to that?
Oh, sorry.
What's
Trying to
going
do two
on?
things at once. Two things at once. What? I was trying to type in, what was the Amiga paint program called? What was paint
So this
called?
is the
Ed,
so
Mark
on the
was
right
winding you
is
up. He was
the
winding everybody up.
triangle,
Now, shush.
and the one on the
Gelux
left is the
Paint.
new one, Star Toys, I think it is. I'm trying to think of it. Star
Gelux
Toys.
Paint.
Chat, help me. Is it Star Toys?
Star Toys.
Star
on the left.
Toys.
Yep,
now in the
Star
middle.
Toys.
Blitzwing.
Photos are a bit blurry. Are these from a video?
Almost to the Faraday.
Are these screen grabs from a video? Because each picture is a little bit blurry.
No, they're taken from Facebook. I
I
shared
know,
these
but
fine,
were the
and they
pictures originally taken
they
from
came
video?
out fine on
He
Instagram.
doesn't know.
So
Wait, guys,
yeah, so
sorry.
again, DX9 on
Someone's
the
put
right.
a really important message in. Kornichi Chonkotyo wants to offer promotion of our channel, viewers, subscribers, and chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor, and the quality is guaranteed to be the best. Auto on sounds like hard on.
quality.
Incredibly flexible, and convenient.
I
auto
don't
management
understand these big words.
What's
I don't
dodge
care.
I love it. It's a great offer. Snap it up.
panel. Yeah,
I'd just like to point out,
Arifai's put not a truck.
Mick Holohan has just pointed out that these are screenshots from a video. So there you go. Knowledge is power.
There we go.
And you
Starscream?
knew it.
So we got MP52 there, Starscream, and then the next photograph. should
Evan
be
lied to you too, Ed.
The other Seekers from Transform Element. Skywalk. Nope, never mind. It's the tank version for DX9, which has the head tucked under there, and then you've got the Star Toys on the left. There it is. Bounce to the chain. Very. She looks. I mean, it doesn't look too knacky, but it looks very plain. Like there doesn't look
Very
much character to it.
cartoonish, but like you say, very plain. With
It
Octane.
looks almost it's like I don't know if it's just the paint, like it just looks too flat.
There's not much to it. I
You
don't
like
know.
the big chested, don't you?
Who doesn't?
You talking to us, Jamie? Is that a different channel you're broadcasting on?
You have your own private chat.
Jamie's Jamie
off,
moonlights when he's on Transformers.
Jamie,
the
You're
show.
unmuted.
I'll pay those bills.
Oh, that would be great if he was.
I am.
Multitasking. Not like
Tune
you,
into
Paul.
Babe Station
Jamie
now.
can
You will see Jamie on
multitask.
there.
He's got a caller on the line and everything.
The DX9 Gewalt there, which looks like the which is stylized off the Transformers
Ed
Devastation.
from
That's the one I've got. Very solid figure, and you've got
Usually
Star
just
Toys
Ed on
the
the
left.
phone go.
Star Toys should be out in the it should
Not
be out
now,
actually
Ed.
next week, I think, or the week after. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I've got. If I check my Mega Lock, I brought it from there.
Nobody cares because there's better things on the screen now.
Double Asian. This I think is sold out at most places. Graham or Greg, if you're in the chat, I don't know if the people can still pick up from Prime Time, but I know it's sold out at most places, both colours.
Is this the
Yeah,
Fanstoys
A
version?
is the kind of dark greenish coloured
Correct.
wings, isn't it? And B is the one where they're giving it the purple wings, but then
Correct.
that means that when you got the truck mode, it's got purple paneling
Correct.
all around the back of it instead.
And they should have painted one side of the wing, one colour, one side of the wing, the other colour, and just had one. And they would have had just one. Then it made sense because if you look at the way the folds around the truck,
Do you
That's
think they
the-
deliberately
that's the
did it
outside.
though so they could sell just 2 copies?
Yeah, of course they did. They're not daft. The
Well,
box
yeah,
art,
I am.
fantastic, very G1-esque. And they've thrown in another mode, haven't they? Kind of. Because they have created a
mode.
Decepticon robot mode with the wings out and like the bird head with.
do you know? It looks like
the
something
design.
out of Masters of the Universe almost like
Just
Falcor.
there, isn't it, on the
Yeah,
box? Which I thought was quite clever because these photos, I think, that are again from a video, or at least they've taken photos while they've done the video. And there's a video you can watch of the transformation of it, which I have watched multiple times, and it does look very good.
are you going to do a hard panther for us on the show when you get this, Andy?
How much does this cost again?
115.
Probably not.
It's a
I don't
massive-
do. I've been put off by watching things like I know he didn't spend. I don't think he spent that much on it. But when Paul, you did your, was it War Cube or what it was called, the Warpath one,
Cube.
and I was
Yeah,
watching that, and it was
Bad
Bad
Cube.
Cube, and oh my god, it's like, oh frig. Now I'll
Where's
probably
the
try to.
Mastermind Creations version? Where's that? Is that up for pre-order yet?
No, it's not. It's not even up for pre-order yet. But I don't mind that because I can space it out a little bit.
Isn't it?
It's not being up for pre-order over here on Kapow, and Kapow's.
I'm going to go from Jose because
MMC,
Kapow still haven't got back to me yet on. You know,
Oh, there's the paneling, just for those people
Yeah,
who are wondering
Blizzard.
what we were talking about. So you got
Space
purple
Blizzard
paneling for the
even.
B version, and the more normal colouring for the A version.
No, you can't pre-order it yet. You're correct.
Oh,
I can't-
Ooh-ha. And there's the contents, and it's all beautiful. And I can't
Are
wait.
you going to sticker yours? I'm not going to sticker mine. Are you going to sticker yours?
Probably not, because I hate stickers, and I hate applying them, and I hate like the fact that you have to get like tiny tweezers just to try and position them, some of them in the right place. Although I have been burned before with like tricks
I
on
don't
and
sew
stuff.
anymore either. I find I get my mum to do it. So.
I'll tell you what I need though, and it's not your mum. I need
Liar.
I need a sponger. No, what's it called? Spudger. I need a
Spudger.
spudger because I was watching the video when they were doing it, and there's lots of little panels that you have to just kind of pull out, and I was thinking,
I will send you
that's a
link.
job for a
lost
spudger.
Spudger set. I'll send you a link
You
to it.
already
About
lost them.
£5, £6
Alexis
on
sent
Amazon.
you
I'll send you
some.
the link, Andy.
No, he's never sent me one.
Did I send you one?
No, he never sent me one. I have never received a spudger. I am spudgerless. True story.
Oh. I'll have to sort that out then.
Then we have Make Toys Brainstorm.
Wise Blast. That's his name.
No,
I
it looks
wasn't
really
insulting you.
boxy. Is it just me who thinks it looks really boxy? I know it's literally just a computer render of it, but it's yeah,
Well, so
more G1
So-
toy accurate, I suppose.
groupie of the show, Ian, was pointing out these were from TFCon 2018. So it's just re-released.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, that's how
Wow.
long ago. Like these.
So why are we sharing them now? Are they?
Well,
Are
because they're
these
going to be
back up
remaking it, aren't they?
again?
They're going to be remaking it. So that's the point. Like it's like.
Oh, is this being confirmed then that they're doing this?
Well,
It's
yeah,
not just somebody has
this is
reshared these
always
pictures.
part of what they're doing. Like they did highbrow, they did brain, they did
I know, but you just said wasn't that like 2018?
but they had that. But what we're looking at from 2018 with highbrow, that's the same. It's the same
But
ones from
what-
2000.
I don't think you're understanding the question, Lysis. What I'm saying is, has this been like re-shared by Make Toys to say, "Oh, we're doing this again," or is this just literally you found some pictures of it and we're now sharing something from nearly 5 years ago? That's what I'm getting at.
No. They are doing it because they're doing highbrow and they're doing their seekers and they were going to do brainstorm. But we've reshared this to get people excited.
So this is
Say,
all right.
This is coming. We've got it exclusive because then this is the one which I can't remember. Again, I think this is Sure Shot.
No, it's Point Blank.
Oh, well, I had a 50-50 chance.
Could be Crosshairs, maybe, but the head crest thing is more like Sure Shots. That's what
Crosshairs
they-
is
Yeah.
a target master.
They've done Point Blank. They've done Point Blank.
Who's this? Who is it that's doing this?
Make Toys.
MTRM. Who's that?
This is Make Toys again.
Oh, Make Toys again.
Make Toys
Maybe
again.
they're
They've done
re-releasing
one- They've done Point Blank. They've done one Target Master.
The
That's why I
target
think it's
mask
gonna be
could
Sure
be Crosshairs, but the head sculpt isn't really particularly Crosshairsy, or at least the top of it. But maybe it is Crosshairs.
Well, luckily we're doing a competition, so if you want to vote for who this is, send in.
Is that how it works?
Andy-
We get to vote.
Andy's going to work it all out. Andy, you give your address.
Yeah, it's Alexis does men. No, it's I can't remember. Let's move on.
You wish.
More Make Toys Coneheads.
I could live.
And so these guys, so what Make Toys have done this time, actually, they've actually enhanced it. Because before, what they started doing when they released their Plus versions, they started releasing the blast effects, as you can see there. Multiple blast effects. And you can also, for the eagle-eyed viewer there, notice that he's on a flight stand. So Make Toys is actually going to give you flight stands now.
You always notice he's on a big flight stand.
And they started doing alternative faces as well, which is really quite cool. So you get blast effects, you get alternative faces, and you get a flight stand.
Alternative
Wow.
faces.
And these were still to this day, I think these are probably the most posable figures. Like they're pretty decent. I sold my Dirge.
Is
They
his
picked
face
this
that dark in the actual cartoon?
I don't know.
Well, it's not. It's first now, Rohan.
Yeah.
Remember, he's fickle. So
They were both kind of dark. I don't know.
it, it- 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 it-
He's very happy. He's a cheery chap. This one. Yeah.
It looks cool. So if you want different molds for your Seekers, and Mech Toys have got decent. So
I'm gonna go back so you can have a look at Ramjed's face again. We have a good shot of just his face. Not really.
I think it was just the light, wasn't it?
that one there, zoom in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's
quite
not that,
great. Yeah.
Anyway, that was all the news.
There we go.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so I was watching someone do the customization actually, and they used for Masterpiece Ironhide. They took Starscream's face and put it on Ironhide because they worked out that when in the cartoon when they drew them, Starscream's face and Ironhide's face are exactly the same. So the face sculpts actually work. And he said that actually using Starscream's face from like MP52 or something or the KO actually made the MP Ironhide look more like Ironhide, which I thought was quite interesting.
God damn it, that actually was interesting.
We now return to the Transformers.
Nothing's really that interesting. It's just Transformers. Just Transformers. Right, who would like to go first? On pickups.
I could go first.
Jamie, you go first. Am I showing your pictures?
Yes. So, this week, I got Tarn from the Decepticon Justice Division. The person who kills by whispers. The person who likes to only kill or torture his victim once they've got something to look forward to in their life. So there'd be no point killing someone who's a Scottish football fan, for example. That would just be pointless. But go for someone else who's got aspirations and dreams which are on the verge of coming true. Like university graduates before they realise what life is really like after a week. So here we have Tarn. Comes in a wonderful, colourful box, as you would expect these days. The artwork has been exceptional. It's been pretty much exceptional since Siege. Obviously, they're trying to get away with that plastic. They're using this sort of rope thing, which not too many people are fond of because there should be something between the rope and the plastic toy, like some tissue paper or something like that. Just because the rope tends to be marking a lot of Transformers recently, from like Starscream and Marder to Laser Optimus Prime. So they need to come up with something else. Tarn is like, oh god, we keep saying mini masterpiece. I think it's just set in stone. So the engineering is improved. He's maybe a bit over-engineered. There's a lot of people say there's a lot of clear plastic, but my god, what a finished figure! And I think Andy will probably agree. He's just a beautiful little figure there. And when I say little, I mean he's a good sized Voyager. They're the same size as Megatron, and very articulate, And I'm just starting to wish, I would honestly pay more just to have the hands open and close. Those little touches which they did for Coronation Starscream. But beautiful, a lot of poses. You would almost think looking at the photos, you're looking at a masterpiece. And or you're looking at a sort of mastermind creation figure, at a glance, you definitely would. He's capable of doing a lot of poses. Jose, I just don't see many gaps. You can see some, maybe at the sliver of the wrist, etc. But he's pretty much a solid figure. As a lot of people said, there's a lot of that clear plastic, but it does look good when the light hits it. That red, ruby thing, it just sort of works. And I was tempted to try to really put a light there and just to show off the way that the eyes would go up. Yes, it's just good all around, and I just love the figure. I like the fact it seems to be a lot you can do with that. For example, the guns can come off. You could be holding those two guns, which is just excellent. You could, gives you that options of, which is almost like you think this was third party. You could have it mounted on his back there. I don't know if the Mastermind Creation thing could do that. I just never even bothered to try. But yes, you could have that pose. It just looks brilliant. Or you could put them together for a big rifle, which is just immense, and you can actually hold it. The way they've done the shoulders, etc.
The flame toys can do that rifle thing. That's what that originally. which is also showing where that showing the pedigree there to this to that as well. Like,
yeah, because we've got a chug doing this, and as I said, it's like all these options with the guns. To me, it's something that you would have thought third party would have done, and now we're getting chug doing it. And I like that a lot, but I'm thinking, because you can see with the thing with the hands, it's like what's holding the Hasbro engineers back now is no longer skill and creativity. As you said, they can basically rifle through all the third party stuff as much as they want now. It's just basically budgets they're working in. And it's an exceptional figure, just looks beautiful. I think all the poses he can do, he just looks great. And the space tank mode is good. It's a lot easier to get into than the Mastermind Creation version. The way the legs work, the way the turret works is much better. The legs folding up in the Mastermind Creation thing and putting the turret, getting it in between, was always very convoluted and annoying for me. I mean, here it's a bit tabby, but the only thing is the arms. That was the bit I was having frustration with, but apart from that, it's brilliant. And it's a good tank.
VHS.
Right, so I'm just going to quickly go and share another.
Did I miss
picture.
VHS?
Yeah. You go to the back of the tank.
What the fuck? Everyone said this was brilliant.
Just for you, mate.
Right, so just going to quickly share this. And
if you prefer twitching, we are on Twitch right now, so you can go on there. There's actually only a second lag on Twitch, where there's about a 20-second lag on YouTube. So if you want the fastest insults and the most offensive content first, then Twitch is the one to go to.
First and free.
But just watch us on both. Have both windows open. That's awesome, Jamie.
And so there's basically Tarn and Mastermind Creation Tarn, just to have a glance to see the size and scale. But when you look at the two figures, I think you would have to give your hands off to Hasbro there. They do make this Tarn look exceptional. And honestly, if I didn't have the other Mastermind figures from the Justice Division, the DJD, which sounds like some sort of Sports Direct customer service, I would be just happy with the Chug version. It really is that good. And I'm just going to share another thing just quickly.
Have you posed your Chug with the rest of the DJD? See how he fits.
No, he doesn't really. But it does make you think, though. They could make the rest of them, you could got some Voyagers in there, you've got some Deluxes in there, maybe even two core classes, and you've got the potential for maybe even a sort of mixture of a Titan class or definitely not leader class, but commander class with the two bigger ones. And there he is there with Megatron. And I think he just works well with Megatron. It's interesting because they are both the same size, and I think they work really well together. But when it comes to the tank mode, you can see how much more compartmentized he becomes.
Massive.
Tarn's much more compact in his tank mode.
Yeah, much more, as some people would say, maybe over-engineered, but I think it's brilliant what they've done.
Reminds me of the G2 when Bludgeon turns into a tank and then Megatron goes, "That's not a tank."
And the last thing to share, I'm just going to put this up. Just be a second.
I don't have a Twitch because I am old.
Yeah,
because you are old, you have a Twitch.
Yeah, you need pills.
Share. Yeah, that should be it. Yep. I also picked up Rumble this week. I got that from Hasbro Pulse. I've still got my pre-order of in-demand toys, but it's just been held up now for a long time, I think, because it's waiting for the Laserbeak.
What ravage is that? What ravage is that?
What's that?
What ravage is that?
Oh, that ravage. I'm pretty sure as a third-party expert, you should be able to tell me, Alexis.
I was just thinking that looks really good.
Is that that's not the ravage which comes with Soundwave?
Well,
No clues.
Work
it out.
Oh, I've gone full Faraday.
So there we've got So there we got Rumble, and you can see
Wow.
he's some classic. You know, I don't know what they call those things. The things that just cause the earthquake. You know, here comes
Pile
the
drivers.
thunder.
Pile
The pile
drivers, yeah.
drivers,
Pile
yeah.
drivers.
So here comes the thunder, and yeah, I think I just love that. I think it really works really well. You know, especially with Laser Beacon my Ravage, so it's really nice in my display. And oh yeah, I'm a pretty ecstatic about that. And he is small. It comes in a stupid little box. Obviously, it's no plastic there, so you can go in there and literally rip him out. You know, there's no defense, but it also means because the guns aren't that held securely in, there's a habit that some of them could fall out. That's the trouble as well. You know, generally some things can go missing just because of just accidents in transport. Obviously, what's that?
Daniel's held in. Like, so is he not held in?
I'm talking about the guns at the top there.
Oh, sorry.
The packaging, yeah. So the two guns at the top there, you know, they were already quite loose. And as I was opening the box, one of them had already fallen out. The pile drivers are quite solid in there. He's got plenty of character. He's, you know, obviously the arms don't bend, so I think a lot of people are a bit disappointed that if they just done that, that would have been brilliant. But yes, he has got some limited, you know, articulation. Still a big jump up from the other cassettes, though. He looks great. I like the way the pile drivers come in, a bit of platforming, and also, you know, some purists can just fuck off. But yes, he just looks good. And it's just enjoyable, and it's the way, you know, the guns again could go off to the side, and you could use them as sort of like laser guns on his forearms. And there is wonderful cassette mode, the way he compartmentalized. It's the same size of cassette as the original Transformers Siege Core class figures. That's good. He fits into Soundwave quite easily. So I just like the way that's the old Frenzy, who's now, you know, buggered. You definitely lost that fight. But the pile drivers actually work with the old Frenzy, so that's quite interesting. So if you were inclined, you could always get those pile drivers and paint them for your other figures.
It's like pre-puberty, and like, you know, he's now, I'm a boy, I'm a real boy.
Yeah. There he is. There you can see the sort of height difference, and I just think it's a step up. And I do like this Rumble. To me, this is the color Rumble should be.
Says it on the box. It's a Rumble.
Yeah. Fuck you, Ed.
Suck it, Ed. Suck it.
And what I like about the cassette form is, you know, the way it's transformed is like you don't have visible head syndrome. So like Tarn, who had visible hand syndrome in his tank mode, but Paul seemed to not notice that. So we got that one for you guys. Don't worry.
That's not really what.
Bruising on Cheese Weekly, I think.
He's on his sex chat line.
He's ringing you. He's trying to get through. He's in the queue.
Oh, I'm stuck in Rohan's Corner. You can't see what's on my screen. Fuck. Right, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh dear.
Right, Adam, I go next, if that's all right. You gents, I've got 3 Transformers this week, so probably I'll do an order of how much I like them. So if I go to, let's make myself big. There we go. So Dead End is his name, I think. I thought he was really good. What I liked about him was the transformation is not normal, is it? It's not like what you've seen before in Combiner Wars or Earthrise and stuff to get him to car mode. So I thought it was quite intuitive transformation. He packs up really well. The only thing is he doesn't tab in. Was that a fault with a lot of them?
It's a common fault with that mould. They're all
no,
the same.
No, it's just a transformation error. What you're meant to do, so you got your 2 tabs at the, you know, at the top. See, at the top, you've got 2 tabs, and you're basically meant to tab them in first. So you've got 2 tabs, just very small tabs at the toes. Yeah, there. And they go in first, and then everything lines up.
Mm.
There you go. Feet first.
Has it worked?
A little bit.
Yes,
yeah, I didn't use the instructions, so
yeah.
I will use the instructions. I will retry that, and I will tab that back in. What I thought was cool though is like the detail that Hasbro are putting on their guns now, like the different shades and stuff, and the different colours. I thought that was quite cool. But I always loved Dead End. The car mode's lush. Also got motor.
You've gone mute, Paul. You're muted.
No, don't
He muted himself. He's
don't tell him.
pulled a wire out.
Oh, right. Okay.
If we can,
I'm guessing because. And that's a lovely elbow. Look at the craftsmanship on that.
That's an elbow that's seen plenty
Still
of action.
muted. Get a piece of paper and start doing those like signs. Was it Love Actually or something like that? You can just reveal them.
Can you hear me now? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Hear me now.
So I lost it, so I actually
you
knocked
hear
the
me now?
tab out of the microphone, so then I had to stick that in, wouldn't go back in, and then doing that, I knocked my
I hate it when it doesn't go
mouse,
back in. You're going, I'm
and it went onto
trying,
the
I'm
other
trying.
screen, and the other screen's off, so I lost the mouse. I was trying to find the mouse, and it was on the other screen.
Good job you didn't have to
Left where
ask
you
someone else
left
to
off.
help you get it back in, mate. 'cause that,
It was here somewhere. It was like the
good job you didn't have to
above.
ask someone else to help you get it back in. That's something that if it comes
Why
out,
did
and
it
you can't get
call
back
it a
in.
mouse, though? Why did it add...
It looks like a little
Small
mouse.
and mouse shaped.
It's got a tail.
If it's mouse shaped, then
It's not
Go on, where's this going, Alexis? Go on. What nuggets are you giving us this time? Go on. If it's mouse
He's
shaped,
gone for a pint. Anyway, I got Motormaster. Motormaster.
you did. Yeah.
So he was £44. So some people ordered it, it didn't turn up. Some people ordered it, and it did turn up. I think I haven't explored his rear section as much as I would love to, which is upstairs with my
He's
wife
a beautiful figure.
in bed. But I thought this figure was really good. The detail was really good. The colour on the arms is beautiful, as is the Decepticon symbol.
wait
This
till
is a
you've got
bit
them all.
weird.
I still can't believe it. At £44, you still had some people going, "Oh, I don't know, the price isn't right for me
good.
yet." You know, and you're thinking,
really good. I think that was the right price. I think that's a good price.
Yeah.
One. That's the right price. That's the price you should have been in the first place.
I've got him. I may sell him, and if I sell him, I'll sell him for like £40. But my only worry is when I get Magic Square one, I'm gonna look at it and go, "Oh, this probably isn't as good as
If you're
Magic
going to
Squares."
sell them as a set, Paul, let me know because I might pick them up, just have a little fiddle, and get the upgrade kit.
What, this one?
The set. If you're going to get the set. No.
I won't get any more because drag strips are a cunt. So it's just the 4 I'll get.
There's
I won't
that
get that
C word again.
one. See bombs tonight. Twitch viewers, if it's your first Twitch.
Welcome.
Paul, go to the dark side and sell it for more money.
Yeah, I'll sell it for £40, and then Mr. Hall Harrelly will be selling it for £60.
A reasonable price.
But yeah, for £44, he is definitely worth. If there's any left on game, and thank you to all the people on TF UK who've been posting continuously, like it's back in stock, posting the links up and letting people grab them because he's well worth. And there's loads of other ones, isn't there? People got from was it the Buzzworthy set, and which you got last week, Andy?
That was they fucked up there, didn't they?
I got my Buzzworthy set as well, so I was delighted.
And the
How many
spaceship
Buzzworthy
set
sets have you got now?
46.
No.
He's got a whole hive full. He's got a hive full of bumblebees.
I've got two.
A whole
room.
I've got a bit of feed, but I bought two at the full original price.
I'm only joking.
So my last one
Your
was
money,
Point Blank. It was one of my favourites when I was a kid.
So is he actually your favourite Transformer? Because I think Cyclops your favourite, isn't he? Then it's Huffer, then Point Blank. Is that right?
They're all up there, top 5s probably. Point Blank was one of my favourites as a kid. I've always wanted a contact shot, the third party one. I've never got one. I will get one, but I thought he was really cool transformation. Again, different. It seems to like when you got Combiner Wars and Earthrise, a lot of transformations, even though a lot of them weren't like repaints, were so similar, you could kind of work out quite easily. What's what I'm finding with the newer transformations, the newer engineering, it's a lot more. Everyone seems to be a little bit different. It's a new thing you find out, and I find that quite
it's
interesting.
quite cool, isn't it? Well, isn't it?
You managed to figure out to get the gun on then.
Once I'd got over my absolute paddy meltdown that I thought the gun didn't fit on, because on the G1 one it goes there, doesn't it? Just there.
Yeah.
And I was posting in the chat, this is shit. The fucking gun doesn't even go on. And then Andy was like, you literally just tab it in there and it does. And it secures the back.
I think
as well.
somebody else actually managed to advise you just before me, but yeah.
So, yeah. So, thank you. Because I was about to throw it in
And
the bin.
like,
Do you know, I was actually surprised how detailed the Target Master actually was. I was quite impressed by it, even though it's quite static.
Yeah, the transformation's a little bit static.
There's a lot of negativity.
It's got one
wasn't there?
more thing.
It literally is like the old Target Masters were.
Yeah, it's quite
you
cool.
get the same. I was going to say amount of articulation. There is no articulation. It just transforms, and the legs fold, and the actual rifle bit moves.
Sorry,
That's
thanks,
it.
John. It was you, John. Thanks, and Andy.
There you go, John. See, I tried to give you credit. I just couldn't remember it was you.
Because all you do is talk about Ultra Magnus.
Fucking
I'm joking. Go to
know
Borders,
he's-
dude.
Yeah.
YouTube's got a brilliant Ultra Magnus video right out. It's top 5 Ultra Magnus, and if anyone knows who the top 5 Ultra Magnus is, it is Borders, dude, because he is the legend.
Combine Awards, Ultra Magnus. I think that takes some beating.
Oh yeah, that was nice, really nice. The MP one though, the MP one was good. Papa Toys, that was another good Ultra Magnus. Right, who would like to go next?
Combine Awards one, because that's like what they say is the IDW
Next.
version.
Cool.
Let's look at the excitement.
Oh, sorry, I might go next. Sorry, you go next. I wasn't listening.
Oh, surely not.
That's not like you.
You agree, doing something else there.
Right, I got Tarn, and he's lovely, and he's great. He's just really good for.
I like that finger going out
30
for the
quid.
touch, representing.
Oh yeah, 30 quid is ridiculous for a toy this well engineered, and just like the build quality, everything. The amount of moans I've had about Hasbro quality control in terms of like one floppy arm or one loose ankle or one that won't hold the rifle or the rifle falls out or whatever, little things like that are just so annoying. I haven't found anything on this at all. It's possibly the bot of the year, and we're in like the first 2 weeks of January, just over the first 2 weeks now, but it really is that good. So go out, buy it, you'll love it, and if you don't, you're an idiot.
Is it better than the
sorry.
aimbot from last year?
He'd be up there with the best ones. If, for example, if he'd come out at the end of last year,
I mean,
he'd got
like,
into my top
what-
5.
What would you say to people who don't like Tarn? Would you say maybe collect Go Bots instead?
Possibly, or My Little Ponies, or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Go and watch
it's just-
Kyle, you freak.
The thing is, like Robocop 2 just said, you won the QC lottery. Yeah, but this is the thing. I've had so many problems with Hasbro bots last year, in particular, that have really kind of spoiled it for me. And then with this, I can't, without actually you like having it in hand and getting to actually transform him and kind of pose him. And like posing him is just so easy. You can get him into almost any pose and
Show us.
he'll stand.
Do it.
How? I've got nothing to put it on.
The fact the turret goes around is just brilliant.
Don't let that deter you. Don't let that deter you. Come on.
Have you just transformed yours, or was it already in tank mode?
No, I transformed it while you were talking.
There you go. You've got 2 then.
I deny such scandalous accusations.
Anyway, Tarn, really good. Highly recommended. If you can get hold of him. I know some people are saying he's sold out everywhere, but hopefully it'll come back in again, surely. The other thing I picked up was the £15 Creatures Collide set. So I got
insane. 15
Gold
quid.
Bug.
Yeah.
There he is, little Gold Bug. And he's
Very
good. I like
character.
him. He's very obviously, I mean, he's the Cliff Jumper mold, but obviously the Bumblebee version of the Cliff Jumper mold. And he's really good and really cool little bot. And then they chuck in the most bizarre accessories. I mean, what am I supposed to do with these things? There's like
The Transformers.
the strangest accessories you get for a 20 quid pack I've ever seen. These balls. Anyway, so I haven't opened these ones. I haven't got these out yet. I am gonna. I'm gonna give them a go and give them a try. I actually already have Ransack because I got Ransack off Dave Wallace.
Didn't you pay like 25 quid for Ransack or something?
20 quid for him.
Yeah.
But it's literally this version.
Ransack is brilliant.
Yeah, I can hear that as well. Anyway, sorry, that was a slightly different random thing. So
Ransack's a brilliant character, and the head, if you've got 2, you can swap the head. So
well, this is what I was thinking. I could have the other head on, you know, the more kickback style head on, and you know, just have a variant of them. I kind of want to try this mold because the amount of times I nearly bought Waspinator. Really not bothered about Scorponok.
But
Just
it's
really
really
not.
transformation. It really is.
I'll buy it off you.
He's a dumpy little so and so.
Oh no, but the transformation.
Yeah, I thought he
And
looked
the
good.
Scorpion mode, yeah, it's really good. And
Oh, bless.
No, if you don't want one, send them to Paul. Send them to me. If Paul doesn't want it, send someone this way. Right.
I'll have it. Yeah.
Well,
Do you know what? You know what? I probably will. I
have
probably
a
will.
fumble. Have a fumble.
The middle
I
child.
will, and then I'll have a go with the Transformers, and then we'll see where we are after that. Anyway,
Even
so,
Fumble like
yeah.
it's Saturday
Even if you
night.
don't like them,
1920.
right? So you know, I got the you know when they did the discounted Amazon Prime did the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park set, like the T-Rex.
Yeah.
I got that.
Yeah,
50
yeah.
quid, right? And I
They've
just
got
left it
that
in my room. And Sam said, "Is that for presents?" I went, "I don't know." And before I knew it, he's opened it on Christmas. I'm like, "Oh well, I wasn't sure if I was going to give it to him, but now he's got it." And
Well,
he
this
does.
is it.
He does play with them, but he likes them in certain modes. He asked me to transform them, and then he plays them.
The deals on game at the moment, as much as I
Are
hate to
exceptional.
promote any company of Mike Ashley's, are exceptional. And the thing is, I know obviously I was one of the lucky ones who managed to get it for the £15 price tag plus the £5 postage, which I don't mind that much. It's not like I saw people really go, "Oh, it's £5 postage." It's like £4 from like In Demand or Kapow. It's not that big a difference. It's it's pretty much what you pay.
Mainline got my copy because she saw it in the forums. None of you guys bothered to tell me. So it was me.
Tell you what.
Bought it.
Oh, about the £15.
Yeah,
I thought you already had them. I thought you had more than one set, so I didn't think you'd want another one.
But of course I do. I like to transform them. You know? You know?
I genuinely thought you had multiple sets anyway, so I didn't think there's no point
Yeah,
telling
but
you.
my first set was defective and it was from In Demand.
Oh, well, there
So
you
I
go.
got so I eventually got one from Hasbro Pulse. And
I lost
so
my train
it
of
was
thought.
fine.
now. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. So £15 is a ridiculous bargain, but even £45 for that set, considering that people were paying £70-80 for Goldbug alone, 45 quid isn't nightmare. Yes, I know it's not £15, and I totally get
It's
that. but
£11,
£45
£25.
I'd
per
have paid
transformer.
£45 if it hadn't been £15, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
£11.25 per transformer is bad, right?
I would have paid that.
I think it's worth it for it. I think the Goldbug figure alone is worth,
Because remember,
at least 20 quid.
we did the first review of Goldbug. I
Yeah,
remember,
I remember.
my Goldbug had a chip on his face mask.
Yeah,
And
I remember you
did
sending me
lots
the
of
photo of that as well. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes,
and
I
he's
did
very
lots of
good.
paint.
And you can do that thing with him, can't you? Where you can turn the
We can
the-
throw him
the-
against the wall and he survives. Yeah, he's brilliant.
put the back up behind him, so he's got more of the
Yes,
actual throttle bot look as it
we
was
did that
when
in
he
the
was.
review.
Yeah, I knew I'd seen it somewhere.
And I think it was Spiderfather who beat me by like an hour or something on Twitter to post
Damn you,
the first
Spiderfather.
pictures. Oh, but it
Joking,
was,
you're great.
yeah, he's
And,
brilliant.
yeah, that's it.
Mellow Shade, I think he's called, isn't it? Twitter handle.
Mellow Shade on Twitter. Yeah, go
Yeah.
follow.
Someone's got us
Well
turned
worth
up
it.
again. Who is it? Is that you, Alexis?
What?
Someone's got us playing in the background.
No, I mean I do, but you're muted. So
All right.
I haven't touched anything. I've been sat here, just playing with myself. I mean, evidently.
It came on a bit. It's when something goes loud. Oh, sound.
I know because you tried muting me and it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, it stopped it. It just
I
came
mean,
back 2 seconds ago.
you're through the speakers. If I put my mic here, is that better? Does that make it a bit better?
Yeah, it's all gone now, thanks. Right, who is next? No, I can still hear it. It's in the background.
I don't fucking know.
Bisto's got us playing in the background.
IT, ask him.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not me.
There you go. Solid. Right.
Right, the person who's playing us in the background, what do you get?
I haven't got us on, so it's not me.
Have you got
Okay.
us on anywhere? Is there anything
No.
playing us?
Not
No,
the
and even
sound.
if I had something on, I'd
No,
turn the sound
even-
off, and I wouldn't be daft enough to sit here with the sound still on, going, "No, it's not me."
It's there,
Not
but
I'm
it's not
saying
the
anyone
sound
is.
on. It's muted. Listen,
Alright.
does everyone be quiet for a minute?
Alexis, when I say turn us on, I didn't mean to watch a YouTube channel.
You mean get the gold bikini back out?
Yeah. Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just, we need to get the views back, okay? So we've lost 2 viewers. Can you take the top off?
No, I can't. It's too tight. Right.
What do you do at night
I
time?
want
go
to
to
stand
bed
up
in
on my
your
trousers
clothes.
down. So.
Just pleats coming.
Oh, put that top on again, Sam. I'm going to be in it for weeks.
I got.
It's
Puts all the
too-
clothes
I-
over
I
the
got-
top, ends up looking
Just
like Joey
don't
from Friends.
feed me. Yes.
I put the tight one on.
Just for you. What have you got, Alexis?
No, yeah, I'm just waiting for you to finish. I know sometimes when you guys get into a little bit of a roll, it's hard to
It
that what you said,
is.
Sam?
shut you up because you're fucking cunt.
Yeah, you're right.
In
When we,
December, I'll be in.
Everyone's
when
swearing
we get
tonight,
into a roll,
apart from me.
Right,
amazing.
Scottish.
I got-
Amazing.
I got the metallic. It's meant to be metallic. It's not fucking metallic at all. It's matte. Metallic
Nice.
version of DX9. And I was looking at this. And I just want. I don't often show the box, right? But I was looking at this today. I thought this is a very actually quite cool box. And I thought we've got Paul here. Looks a bit of box porn. So I thought I'd just do the front of the box. Looks quite cool there.
Very nice. Oh yeah.
It almost looks like Joy Toy-esque, like with the sort
Light
of
our
like.
darkest hour.
And then you've got like Prime there with his sword. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
And then on the back, it's got a couple little quotes. So it says DX9, inner dream, eternal hobby. And then it's not quite, it's not just about living forever. I don't know what it says. It says like
The trick is living with yourself forever.
The dick. Okay.
The dick.
You thought it said dick. The
You
dick
thought the
is
sentence
living with
was-
yourself.
Okay, it's written all in like you know what's that stuff, that fan stuff joined up. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, and they've teased pictures of they've got Rodimus there, and they've also teased Cup and Springer, which they haven't done. So I thought I'd just show.
Would you say, Alexis, we used to always say third party had exceptional box work art, and it does, but would you say that Hasbro's caught up there?
I think Hasbro box art is phenomenal. It always over advertises the bot inside.
Combine the walls.
And that's what I was going to say. If you look here as well, look 2015. So this is 8 years old, like when it was released. And yet
Just says
still
open it up and show him your goods.
I haven't
You feel
transformed
dirty.
him, but this is him in his Harry Comes in all
That's
mode.
great.
And like from something which is 8 years old, it's the same size as the original toy.
Good scale.
So I've done him. So if you want to see what he looks like, transform. Go to one of our 10 bots, 10 shots. And I did him as one of my bots too. So I've got him as I've got the other one I've got, which is up there, back here. He's all sort of who does the stickers for third party?
Toy hacks.
Toy hacks. He's all toy hacks labelled up. He is. So
So how can you hear us?
Untoy hacks one. Can I hear
Alexis? Yeah.
you? Well, yeah, because I'm talking to you.
But how can you hear me?
Well,
Because you
you're
haven't got any
talking.
earphones in.
I have ears. No, I have ears. No, I
So
don't
where's
have
my
ears.
sound coming out of?
You
Yeah,
come
where's
through
your
speakers.
headphones?
You come
Through your
speakers.
speakers,
So the
you
speakers are
massive
what causing
bummer! It is you! Who's got the sound on? Oh,
I've got my speakers.
What?
you're such a lying little... I knew I was looking, I think there's something wrong
absolute-
here. You've got no earphones in.
Wrong.
And I thought, how can you be
Wrong.
hearing me if you've got no earphones in?
Because I always
Where's
do
your
this.
Ah,
Every week I do this.
No, you don't.
You used to have headphones.
And
in.
last
Where's your
week we
headphones?
had issues, and the week
Yeah,
before
and
we
the
had-
week before, and the week before that.
Do you know
It's
what?
you.
I reckon you've done something with the settings. That's probably what it is.
That was definitely the right move.
Could you
and I fully
share
endorse
this, Paul? I forgot to mention that.
Stop it. I'm not done yet.
find some earphones.
I
And then
also
go back on the
got
show.
something which was non-Transformers related. Fire Emblem.
His earphones are broken, I'm telling you, and he hasn't bought any more. That's what it is. And he's
Fire-
just been hoping nobody would say anything. What's he doing now?
He's got earbuds. He
Oh,
lost his
here we
apple.
go.
There, he's back.
Fire Emblem Enrage Divine Edition. So there's the collector's box set, which I've got from Shop2Net, who did not sponsor me to do this at all. At Shop2Net, UK, fantastic store to use.
Are you
Shop2Net.
actually sponsored by him?
No,
Is this
no,
some dodgy dealing you're doing behind our backs?
definitely not. You know, that's why I have not put any work into any of these photos. I know,
That's
just
why you should definitely buy this from Gabe.
Shop2Net. So I'm happy.
Stop saying shop to net. It genuinely worried me.
Just a nice family-run business in the UK. And yeah, I'm happy to have this. So I'll be playing this for a good couple of months. Shop2Net.
Literally just going for a second. That's all. It's like Alan Partridge where he keeps interrupting and just has to say. Oh, dear.
Shop to net. There we go. Right, Alexis, are you ready? Have you turned down everything apart from your earphones?
Hang on.
He's just
Such
put
a liar.
earphones in.
Have you got anything on? I think it's you, Alexis. No, you're muted.
Fucking
Right, okay.
denying it, then
I've
try
got
to
one more
blame me.
I got one more pickup.
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Why are you taking your earphones out?
Because it doesn't work. I can't. It won't. The microphone won't work with.
Well, then I guess you had just
AirPods.
be mouth reading for the rest of the show.
Right, I got one more pickup, and I want to say a big thank you to Drew Wazinski, who posted. He found some figures at I think the TK Maxx or B&M, and if there's anyone want, I said, "Oh, I'll take one," and he gave it to me at cost price, which was really kind. So big thank you to Drew Wazinski. I got the.
He's a good old boy, isn't he? Oh, nice.
So I'll show this in the way that I thought I should be quite a way to display him. Work. There we go. I'll just move my camera.
Nice.
It looks like if you take a picture, it looks like it's obviously really formatted. That's what I wanted him for. So picked him up. He was on offer.
So how long has your headphones not been working? It must be about 3 weeks now. You're such a tight bastard.
I've never had headphones.
Yeah, do you?
You're such a liar.
No.
Can we go
I've
back?
always had headphones.
Oh, well, oh, you mean?
Yeah, you had your little earbuds, because that way we
Oh no! Oh yeah! Oh, what you mean these ones that are right here? Oh, how could I not?
How do you do your Teams calls during the day?
Like this. It works.
Yeah, it doesn't work on this. That's the problem.
Put us in charge. I'll charge him up. What about you?
Only because my electric bill.
I've got
Anyway,
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on electricity.
Oh dear.
Don't use the Greta defense, you dick. It's because I care for the planet.
Yeah, I do. Me and Funburger like this.
Do you have anything else, or was that it?
No, that was it.
Sorry, I was waiting for something else.
Oh, I can do something else. Yeah, I can do something else. Sorry, I got my Tarn out of the box. I got my knockoff Fanstoys Tarn out of the box.
How much was that?
I got him in the shows he sell. I think I picked him up about £70. He lights up and stuff. So he's pretty cool.
See, I think your sound quality, because it's hard to pick up some of your words sometimes, Alexis, and that's because of this sort of feedback.
Muffling it a little bit, isn't it? Because it's
I thought I just
got the same sound coming back. No, that's the amount you've had to drink. We're talking about the sound quality. Slightly muffled. Slightly muffled.
Now the pub pisses about. It's my headphones. I remember.
It doesn't work when I'm in the pub as well. I'm not pissed. It's just my headphones, mate. Can you step away from the bar, please?
And put some clothes back on.
Right, we've still got coming up our favourite base modes, and we've also got what we want from this year. So what Transformers we'd love to see, what Transformers already been announced that we're looking forward to. That's all coming up in the show. But before we go to that, we have to say shush to the yeahs, and we have to say hello to Rohan's Corner.
Rohan's Corner, working overtime, recording fine, that's just prime. Super reviews, which will neutralize Hasbro's wave of crimes. Magic Square to the rescue, and New Age has got such super paintwork. Rohan is the mighty power that can save the day. Rohan. No one knows what lies behind his wall of fame. Rohan, always riding hard on Hasbro's trail. Come see the memes he plays every Friday.
Thank you guys. Hello everyone and welcome back to Roaid. And this week it seems like it's been a bit of a game and Magic Square week because things have been going on in the world of game, as I'm sure the guys have been discussing. Massive sales clearance I'm not going to say I told you so, but I told you so. Sometimes I do wonder, is it worth picking up things new, or probably just wait a year and pick up the line a year later and get it all for half price? I mean, the amount of savings I've had on Scourge, on Galaxy Shuttle, on Laser Prime combined is probably over 100 quid. It's ridiculous. Anywho, and then, of course, Creatures Collide. Let's not go there. Anywho, from a Magic Square perspective, yeah, Legends has been blowing up recently. We've had New Age have announced their Omega Supreme figure, which is amazing. It looks fantastic. Pangu Toys have got theirs out, which is decent looking. It has a really nice robot mode and eensy weensy tiny little shuttle mode. The New Age one has superior paint, superior articulation, a really nice large shuttle, and motorization on the tank as well, which is awesome. And I'm starting to lean more and more towards New Age. However, we still don't know the price, and if it is more than double the price of Pangu, it's going to be hard to swallow. So that's going on, and that's the big news from those Legends perspective, as we've seen on the show in previous weeks. But Magic Square have been blowing up as well. I mean, towards the end of last year, it looked like they weren't doing much. It was like reissues, they launched their website, some recolors of very old molds that hadn't been out for a while, some retail of some of the figures that people were struggling to get hold of, Soundwave, for example. And then, all of a sudden, bang comes the new year, we get these guys, which are going to be today's Through the Generations review. Magic Square, Windcharger, and Gears came out of nowhere. This little 2-pack is pretty cool. And then now this week they've announced Magic Square's Combaticons, Bruticus. They look fantastic. I mean, they are the best looking, toon accurate set of Bruticus I've ever seen since the MMC stuff's come out, and probably not going to be half the price, I would say, of the MMC. It's mad. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to all of those. They look fantastic. But let's move on with our Through the Generations review of these guys, and I will put a little caveat and say apologies in advance. I don't have a lot of Gears and Windcharger toys left over. I've sold a few through the years, but also we don't get a lot because unfortunately these two characters don't get a lot of limelight. And if you're a fan of Gears, because let's face it, he had an absolutely epic season 1 showcase episode, Changing Gears. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's hilarious. There's a great fight scene in the forest. I'm pretty sure Ratchet does a flying kick. It's got everything, that episode. It's really good.
Say, isn't this a fun fight?
And then you've got Windcharger, who, you know, again, didn't get masses of screen time. His showcase episode was probably a Prime problem, where there were 2 Primes and he was helping Spike. And then, obviously, unfortunately, he got a very quick scene in the movie, which we all know about, was his death, or at least him shown dead. So, you know, I quite enjoy these 2 characters. I know they probably don't have loads of love, but for me, Gears was a grumpy old git, and as a result, that is really funny. And Windcharger had a cool voice, and he had a cool power as well in his magnetic capabilities.
If he's down there, my tractor beam will get him out.
Which weren't showcased too often in the series, only really in season 1. And I'd say probably both of these characters had most of their airings out in season 1, and that was about it. Anywho, Minibots. Let's check them out. Right now, it's probably fair to say that generally speaking, when it comes to Legends class Minibots, New Age are superior on the whole. They have had some cracking figures in the likes of Outback and Brawn, the Insecticons, etc., etc. Although I prefer the Magic Square, Bumblebee, and Cliffjumper, the New Age 2.0 versions are pretty decent as well. Anywho, they haven't had a Gears and Windcharger. In fact, in the Legends scale, we've only ever had 1 previous Gears to my knowledge, and no Windchargers. Probably excluding Iron Factory, because I don't really follow their stuff. It's not very toon accurate. It's probably its own thing. So maybe there have been some of those and some weird and wonderful stylized versions. But G1 accurate stuff, we've not had either of these guys, except for Mech Fans Toys did a Gears, and I will show him in comparison with this one here. Once again, we've got Magic Square's excellent reissue style packaging, very reminiscent of those reissue boxes that we've had in the past. Here's an example with one of the ones I'm selling right now, and you can see what I'm talking about, all the way down to the backing and the way in which they represent the characters' names and also the Transformers logo, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, so we can see nice artwork of Gears and Windcharger on the front here. It changes from civilian vehicle to robot and back. And Magic Square branding. On the bottom we have warning only suitable for persons over 16 years old, made in China. On this side we have Spider Gear in his alt mode, which is quite reminiscent of the G1 cartoon, and we'll talk about that more when we get to the alt modes. And then we have Energy in his alt mode, and he looks pretty accurate in my opinion. And on the back we've got a nice alt mode picture with the Magic Square logo. We've got the tech specs, check them out. And then on the top we've just got Magic Square. So let's get them out, shall we? Here they are then out of the box, and we can see a lovely likeness of both characters showcased here by Magic Square with the right colorization, a little bit of detailing here on the chest, on the arms, on the legs of Windcharger. We've got a little bit of lines here and there, and we can see the nice color accuracy from the two. And the same goes for Gears. Lovely work on the chest with the line appendage here, the triangular area here, these little elements here which you could see in from the cartoon. A little bit of design work here on the legs and on the waist here, even the face as to the cartoon accuracy. From the front they look fantastic. From a side profile, not Magic Square's best work, but not terrible either. I'd say they've put a little bit more effort into Gears. There are a couple of pins that you can see around, but they're quite small, which is nice. There's a little bit of a cutout in both the thighs. Gears' leg has been folded up nicely, so there's no hollow bits and pieces. There's a little bit on show here with Windcharger. It's not too bad. And obviously you can see Windcharger's wheel here, which is not quite cartoon accurate, but they just hit it anyway. Backpack-wise, you can see Windcharger's got a very flat black pack. It does move around, and you can position it in different ways and move it up and down if you wish to do so. With regards to Gears, it's a little bit bigger. It's probably a little bit more like his Generation 1 toy in the sense that, yeah, you had that big backpack on the back there, which is okay. It would have been nice if it was flatter, but hey-ho, we can't have everything. And then on the back here, the key gripe I have is about the legs and the hollowness back there. Obviously, there are elements on show. Both figures have got some little heel spurs to help stand them up, which is good. The biggest gripe on Gears is, of course, his hollow rear head. I'm hoping someone like maybe Lockdown's Trophy will do a filler for that to get rid of that. Although, unlike Alexis, I don't show off my figures from the back. But still, there you go. And my biggest gripe with the look on Windcharger is his face. He's got a very large forehead. I don't know why they made that visor section above his eyes so big. It makes his eyes look really small, which is a bit annoying, but hey-ho, it is what it is. It's not terrible. It could be better. I've put the alternative face on Grumpy over here to make him happy from changing gears. Whatever you say, Megatron. I'm just here to do your dirty work for you. Right, scale-wise against their brethren, they are smaller than you would expect, possibly. They're better sized than G1 Gears, obviously. Windcharger was always quite tall, and actually, probably if you take off the little hook, he's probably slightly smaller still than the new Magic Square Windcharger. The Power of the Primes one is definitely quite tall, and obviously he doesn't quite reach up there. And MechFans Toys actually sits in really nicely with my Generations collection, so I'm going to keep him for the moment and stick him in there. Okay, and here we have the boys scaled with some other Legends class figures. We can see they scale much larger than Beachcomber. I'd expect Gears to be larger than Beachcomber. I'd expect him and Windcharger to be a bit closer in scale size. Trailbreaker here from Magic Square, one of their early figures. He kind of works quite nicely, I'd say, with Gears and Windcharger. I think they kind of scale about 60% of his height, which is probably where I'd like to see them. And again, with the New Age's Galvatron there, pretty much where I'd expect them to be. Obviously much, much smaller than the MechFans Toys Snarl here on the right-hand side. And again, I think that works, to be honest with you. They're less than half his height, and just the new Legacy Armada Starscream in there for fun. Obviously, we've got Magic Square's Frenzy at the bottom here, and he's a really small bot in comparison. I think that is that realistic? Probably, when you consider that when he or Rumble jump onto one of the sort of prime or deluxe scale figures, they are really tiny. So maybe they do scale better with these guys. Although, if you look back to More Than Meets the Eye, when Rumble's taking on Hound, it's probably a little bit bigger. And here we have them in alt mode. Transformation complete. Magic Square's Wind Charger is a relatively simple transformation when it comes to Magic Square. If you think about Magic Square and how their transformations go, they're generally quite intricate, quite well engineered, and actually quite deceptive. So even though Wind Charger, you can see there's his head underneath and his legs. As you'd expect, the arms fold up towards the side of the body of the car. It's still a lot more involved than you would expect when you first look at the figure. And if we look at the alt mode itself, you can see it's that classic design of the vehicle as we'd expect it to be. Tabs in relatively well. I've got some issues getting the bonnet down in places. There are a couple of pins on him in various different locations, one here. The wheels look pretty decent considering there's nothing really much to them other than the sense that they're rubber on the pins. The black on the back of the rear end is pretty nice, and again, got two little pins here. The back end, they've put some lights on there, they haven't painted them, a bumper and the spoiler, which is split a little bit for the transformation, but that's fine, it looks good. And then on this side again, we've got the pin here on the window, and but it's still reminiscent of the G1 vehicle, in my opinion. We've got a red bumper here, the grey silver paint on the lights and the grille here, and on the bonnet here, this connection to the windscreen. I'm sure if that's supposed to be like the engine bay or what. And then the metallic paint on the windscreen again. Coming across the side, a little bit more detailing on the hubcaps, on the alloys. And we've got a little bit of jaggedy detailing here on the side sill. A couple of pins here, 1, 2, 3. You can see the nice red on the backpack area, or the sort of loading area, if you like, on this little SUV type vehicle. And on the back, there is a big gap here. You can see that massive metal pin piece there, which again is part of the transformation. And yeah, come around the other side. Unfortunately, you do get visible head syndrome. I wonder if you might be able to rotate that around and hide that probably. And then on the top here, you get a little bit of design here from the legs, which come through into the alt mode, and a sunroof, which is quite nice. And some little headlights here, which have been molded in, which is cool. In terms of his transformation, whoa, that is really involved, and it took me quite a while to get these bits on the side tabbed in. It's the very last step. There is a small triangular piece which you need to tab in just here on this panel, which flips out into the door here to get it all lined up and ready. It does take quite a few goes. I think maybe the first time you do it, it will take you quite a while, and then I've just clicked it in there first time straight away the second time. So it's done quite well. All right, and as we can see here, we've got Generation 1 Wind Charger, who in actual effect looks a little bit squashed now when you put him next to the Magic Square one. He's much wider, and he has all the same characteristics with the exception of Magic Square didn't bother putting the black on the top or painting the sunroof as they have here on Generation 1. The wheels are a lot larger, showcasing him almost as some sort of little monster truck type effect. Unfortunately, mine is the keychain version, as you can see there. The grille here is silver on him. But overall, I think it's quite a good likeness. In actual effect, I think the Magic Square version looks sportier and probably more true to the real vehicle mode. And along the back, it looks better as well, in my opinion, because they've finished it up nicely and it kind of tails off the vehicle nicely. With regards to gears, now, you can see quite a few differences straight away. First and foremost, we've got the color differential, and I think the Magic Square version being more blue is better, in my opinion, than the turquoise of the G1 version of gears. Also, in terms of the shape and stylization of the vehicle, as I alluded to before, you can see obviously Magic Square have added in like the lights and other elements, but it definitely is different. I think, while being taller, is a fair bit smaller than Windcharger from a length and perspective, probably wider though, but not as big as Gears. And then if we put Gears next to Hound, I think that works pretty well. And Huffer here as well, next to Windcharger, is significantly bigger. I'd say probably Huffer is a little bit out of scale with these guys now. And if you really want to, you could try and reenact that Season 1 scene where Windcharger flies through the air to land inside of Jetfire. And that works pretty well between Magic Square's Jetfire here and Magic Square's Windcharger. I forgot to show it off earlier, but in traditional manner, Magic Square with their coloured instructions on this nice paper here, we have the two collector's cards, as always, in their little plastic wallets with tech specs on the back, which is cool. So, final thoughts then on these two little buggers. I really enjoyed them. I think they cost around about $50 from Shozy, which I think is reasonably good money for a 2-pack. I do have a little bit of plastic scrape here on Windcharger, and there are a little bit of looseness to Gears' waist joint here, which was a bit tighter when I first got him, but it seems to have gotten a bit looser now. But overall, they're pretty good. QC isn't too bad compared to some other manufacturers, and they look great, and their transformations are involved and fun to an extent. I think with Gears, I did get a little bit annoyed, but eventually I got there. And so I think do it a couple of times and it will be all right. But they just look perfect for the collection. As part of the art crew, I know they didn't get a lot of screen time. They just are exactly what we needed. Anywho, for another week, I've been Rohan on Rohan's Corner. Catch you again next week. Back to the studio.
Transformers, Rohan's in disguise.
Another Rohan's Corner. Thank you, sir. Back with what's up next? Our discussion and our foreplay. So foreplay. That was really good, Rohan's Corner. I really want to get that Jetfire, Magic Square Jetfire. It looks really, really good.
New Age is better. New Age is better.
Do you think?
Yeah, massively.
I want to get that New Age Jetfire now. Is what I want to do. Let's do some foreplay, yeah?
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
I sounded so clinical. Let's do some foreplay.
Let's do it. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to sound like
He's really enjoying it, isn't he?
Jamie,
we don't do it
night.
often.
Let's do a little bit of foreplay, yeah?
Better.
Flashbacks to TFN.
Yeah. Sell it.
Take those earphones off. I can't nibble your ears with them on.
Alexis has already done
Alexis,
that.
put some earphones on. I can't comprehend what you're saying.
This is perfect for ear sex. I'm telling you, that office is the right size.
Come on, sex people. Right, who would like to go first?
I can go first. If you can
Cool,
share my
so
picture.
I should probably put some context. What a bit of context.
Yes.
Foreplay tonight is our top 5 Transformers base modes, and Jamie's going to go first.
So the one I went with is my favourite base mode, and that is Countdown, and it's the Rocket Base, Make It Master Rocket Base, which has been released for other toy lines in a different format, like it was at the Micromen. It's been released in Japan again, where they released the Micromaster set, which is currently going to be complete. Hasbro's reimagining with Depsaurus. So it's got a lot of standing in the Transformers sort of fandom, toy heritage, and it's just a lovely set to have, and I'm delighted to own it. There's Countdown from the Mega Supreme, the modern Countdown, next to the original Countdown. And the Rocket Base, it just looks cool. I mean, you can't believe this is a toy from way back in the 80s, or was it 90s? It was released, I think, just at the end of the 90s or late 80s.
89, I think.
89, yeah, just on the cusp of the
90s. It came out when, Zone came out, wasn't it? Or between Victory and Zone it was.
And it's just immaculate from whatever angle you look at it. And I just love this sort of like this sort of battle sort of launch a mobile platform. You know, this is when they did bases right. You know, rather than what happens now is they get an Autobot and or Decepticon and just split their legs and have them with their back facing you. You know, saying it's the base.
Cool.
But you know, there it is there with some of the modern and old Micromasters. And yes, it's just. I mean, this is going back about 4 or 3 years. These photos, I think, when we first started doing the show, and it's just a brilliant base. And I just love all the details. I look at the stickers, still look gorgeous. It wasn't much cleaning to do with this vintage one, and it was just. And I think I got it right at the start before Micromasters really started to take off again. So I picked up this set. It must have been for about 60 quid or something like that, Andy. You know, and literally,
yeah, that's a great price.
and literally within a week or something like that, as I completed my Micromaster collection, Micromasters went through the roof price wise for a lot of.
Did you get all the Micromaster combiners?
I haven't got that. The reason being was I was just aimed on the UK and the sort of American market, and the combiners came out a bit later and they were more.
Oh, sorry, not the combiners. You know the ones which stick together. Like the two.
Oh yeah, I've got them. Yeah, I've got all
cool.
of those sets. Yeah, I absolutely do. They're brilliant. Yeah, and I also got the sort of the base ones as well. You know, one day what I should do is just like I think Alexis has said I should take all my photos again of my Micromaster collection.
It'd be cool if you stuck them up on the Facebook.
Yeah. You know, that'd be good.
You need to do all of the base sets attached together in that Micromaster City style.
What you want to watch,
on one of the TV adverts. I would
have to
take over a room.
If you watch Transformers, Zone, Jamie, it's one episode, and it shows. So Countdown is one of the main characters in that, and the Autobot and the Autobots are basically Micromasters in that one, and that it shows all of them connected. It shows how that's like the one episode which they featured like this. So you'd like that.
I'm looking to try to buy another cheap Titans Return Omega Supreme to have permanently in his base mode, just to fit in with the sort of Micromasters. Although sometimes I'm a bit worried because I definitely want to watch the review videos again of Micromasters. I just don't want to bend something the wrong way and break it, because you know it's getting to that stage now. You know there must be a good 30 years old or more approaching.
Well,
it's just
does yours really creak?
No, but
pointing.
But the minute you mentioned about creaking in that, you go there and suddenly you think, was that a creak? Was that? No, it's my cat just coming up the stairs.
It's that back part, you know, the bit at the back of the actual base mode. When I on my original one, if I fold that out, it makes a very alarming creaking noise now. So I kind of don't transform it very much.
Well, it's a gamble, isn't it? Because these things are meant to be played with as well. And I think sometimes you've got to make that decision. You know, do you just display it or play it? And with me, I definitely play. I don't really display like I used to display, but now it's all about playing with them, especially when they're like photography, etc. They're meant to be used.
Cool, bro. Alexis, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go. I'm not quite there, but I can.
Go,
not quite there yet.
I'm ready to go.
It's not like you.
I'm just.
Do you know what?
Mine's very
simple.
Sam
say that often. Have you finished yet? Have you finished?
Cool. I'll go next. Okay, so
I doubt that.
One clip for mine.
So I think for me, I had to go with the base mode. So I think I always wanted that Micromaster base game that you just showed so much, and one of the reasons why is because you look at the images as a kid, and it looked like a proper base mode. And when you think of, I'm not going to say the one I'm going to put up, but some of the Transformers do look like they split their legs open, like do the splits, and then some stuff folds out, and that's the base mode. And Metroplex does look like that a little bit. The one who looks like it the most is probably the one I'm going to choose, where it literally is him just splitting his legs, and that's the base mode, and that's Power Master Prime G1. But it's just the one that I just use the most. I just put all my Transformers. I'm not sure why his chest isn't coloured in, but this is just a stock image from the internet. But I love this guy so much. Just to line everyone up, all the little mini bots, even the big bots, put them around it. Nice to match it up with sort of Metroplex. The bits that I love was the guns. Like you could sit. Is it Apex? His name? Haikyuu.
Haikyuu.
Haikyuu. That's it. he fits in onto those guns, and you can pivot and swing them around. But it was just that thing that he could be a brilliant transformer, a brilliant bot mode, a brilliant super bot mode, which obviously you don't get with Metroplex, and kind of alright base mode with some roads and stuff. I used to really like the roads because they used to remind me of that opening scene in Transformers where you get Wheeljack, is it, in Bumblebee, when they're stealing the Energon rods and pick them into the back, and those little road sections always used to remind me. I used to flip those middle bits up because that bit in the middle where Haikyuu's standing on it always used to fall off. So I used to out flip those bits and make it a continuous road across, and pretend that the bits at the back was like some sort of sentinel bit like Soundwave used to do. But yeah, just used to play a lot. I liked the outside. Looking back on it, it's quite a wanky base mode when you compare it to other ones, but it's definitely the one that I played with the most.
It's definitely a lot better than a lot of modern interpretations, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. But I would say, when I look back and the problems that I have with Transformers, I have an issue with visible hand syndrome. This base mode is possibly the one which caused it, because it's literally, here's the base plus two massive red arms reaching up to the sky.
Mate, buy the Takara version. It's got sliding fists, so the fists slide.
That's
down
it.
the side.
Yeah, I
it's
think I
got
remember
sliding
seeing
fists, mate.
So I remember what I used to do. See the black guns? I used to put them in the hands, and I used to pivot the hands down, so it was like the guns were aiming up, and you couldn't really see the hands. That's the lengths I used to go to. But
you developed a twitch about this.
This is possibly what caused my adherence to visible hand syndrome so much. And the other thing that used to fuck me off with the Autobot signs being upside down, so I scratched them off with my nails to make things normal. Might be an issue.
Oh God!
But that was it. That's my bad boy. Are you ready now, Captain Alexis?
Fuck it, yeah, why not? Right.
Go on, raw.
So I chose. Let me share.
Going in dry.
Share my screen. Let me share a video. Window.
With no headphones.
Window.
Risking a snapback.
So I chose Countdown as well. I chose Countdown from Victory. Because in Victory, this is the All-Port base.
Oh my God!
It's a huge base in Victory. You don't see it much. I often was upset I didn't see it as much, and you used to move around the Earth all the way, and then so the Decepticon base was the other half one, the Grey Shuttle, massive as well.
Galaxy Shuttle.
No, the so Desaurus' base was like.
Yeah, but isn't that Galaxy Shuttle?
That's Galaxy Shuttle, and he's basically like tell me, baby, you don't see it much. I like it. They changed it. So my loneliness is killing me. I'll show this little clip here. So basically, like, it's like a big base that they all hide in. So like here, basically, this small clip. Spoiler alert here. There's meteors coming down from Earth, so they all just basically hide inside their big base, and it sort of protects them. So like, job done, right? And they'll come back out.
That?
That's Dino King. So that's so Dino King is they're basically, imagine the Dinobots but pretenders, and then they can combine as well. So they're actually so these guys are pretenders, and then they actually come out combine as well, and they're dinosaurs. So that was the shuttle base.
They were basically, Japan took the monster. Was it the Monster Cons?
Monster Box, yeah.
The little set that we had as a tiny little combiner in Pretender shells. They took them, but instead of using those Pretender shells, they put them in dinosaur ones, and
exactly
that's what you get in this.
They can get the dinosaur toys.
And you used to
harder
see,
to pick
like,
up now.
Star Saber. You see Star Saber and Victory did launch out of it. They used to launch out of basically a part of it as well, which is quite cool. And yeah, so it was just I thought it was really cool. Like, I didn't think there was, so it featured a little bit in each episode, really, almost like as a, that was it, you just saw there.
Really. Did you have Countdown? when you were a kid?
I do have countdown actually. So
you have it when you were a kid.
You had Carnivic, and that turned out not to be true.
I do. So I want to. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'm picking up.
Do we believe him, man?
Pictures. As I said to Jamie, I think. Just
did you have it when you were a kid?
If you had countdown in the background on your photographs and Star Saber flying, I think that would be like. Really
did you have countdown when you were a kid, Alexis?
Yes.
Right, so you had it
my
from
brother.
childhood.
Yeah, it's my brother's present. My brother got bought it. Okay. I was bought the set.
But you wouldn't have seen Transformers Victory back then, would you?
No, I've literally finished watching Victory this week and Zone. So.
Did you watch it with your earphones on?
No, I was that
wanker
on the train just has it at high blast. And I just said,
are you one of those people who walks down the street listening to their, phone playing music?
But when I do that, I always say to everyone, "My name's Paul Farrelly."
I do that. That is true. That is something I do. Right.
So that's mine. So it's because again they changed in Zone. They changed it. It was all Micromasters, and you had the Atlas came in, and he was like a base for Micromasters and saved Star Saber, etc. But for me, it was a Victory, that base there, because it was. I thought it wasn't featured as much as the Septicon one.
Stop. We need to move on. It's 20. Look at the bloody time. An hour and 35 minutes.
Do you have to go? Just somewhere else to be.
It's 9:30. It's past our bedtime.
Anyway, Scorponok. Simply because he was the only one I had. Well, he wasn't the only one I had, but he was the first one I had as a kid. So I didn't have Metroplex. Like most people, I didn't have Fortress Maximus. But Scorponok was the first one I got, and I always loved, obviously, the Rebirth, and I loved the kind of little city mode, which featured in that. And so, my favourite would be Scorponok, and that's a photo by Maz at Transformers Square One. And I've still got my original Scorponok over there. I used to play with it all the time. It used to be a base for other toys that I played with, and I think that's one of the things you need. You need playability with it. I loved everything. I like the little details. I like the little repair bay, the random pointless lift, missile launchers, everything.
They tried doing it though. They tried, didn't they? Like they gave you those extras. Like none of the other bases, apart from like the protector bots, came with like those little extras, did they?
Not really. Then Onslaught maybe, because Onslaught had, that thing that you could turn him into a little bit of a mini base. But this is the Earthrise version, and this is how you can connect it up to obviously some of the other Earthrise sets and stuff like this. And this is from Unicron.com, who have done that and added to it. And I love it. I don't often have mine in base mode because I just think it's a space issue. It takes up so much space. And B, I just prefer him in his robot or his scorpion mode. But I do love just the fact that you've got so much you can do with this. When you get all your Micromasters and things involved, it's so reminiscent of the original toy and base. But it's got, a couple of little extra added features. So just in that little space there, and Jamie, you'll know this, of course, because you've got the toy. When you open that up, it's where his legs are, but his legs look like they're some kind of gears that would mash things up, so you could pretend to chuck a Micromaster down there to get mangled and stuff like that. And little things like that when you're a kid are just great. And then obviously with the weaponizers and stuff, you can attach bits. You've got Micromasters in there. You've got little bits from other toys from the Siege line. You've got
Tidal Wave as well.
Who is it on there? It's Brunt. You got the Armada Tidal Wave. It's just a great figure, great set. The base mode looks cool. The color scheme's great. The original one, of course, had the launching ramp as well, which was always a fun launching a fast track down that ramp, or any other little.
I think Scorponok was the first Transformer toy I tried to use a diorama for when I was taking photos. Using stuff like fake grass.
Everything about the color, the look, everything, just the general feel of the toy is just fantastic. So even though my first immediate thought was Countdown, I kind of assumed at least one person on our panel would be doing Countdown. I thought, you know what? No, I'm gonna go with the first one I ever had, and just go with that. So yeah.
Is this because this is obviously VCS, right? So Paul, are you suffering from VCS in this one?
VCS.
Visible claw syndrome, or does this not bother you?
I'm okay with that. I can handle that. That's fine.
Okay.
Do you know? I'm just thinking, Andy. If only you went first then we would have seen the Zone version of Scorponok on YouTube.
That wasn't real. I was trying to find it. I was searching for all the video clips to try and find.
It's almost like he's just watched a bit of Victory recently and went, "I'll just go for that one."
I liked it. I really liked the bass.
I'm sure you
really
do.
Cool. I thought it looked. No, I genuinely thought it was like a really cool like back shot. Like every time I see, think about it, I thought Jamie should do like Victory Shuttle on top of the bass and like Star Saber flying. I thought that'd be such a cool photograph. So screw you.
Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, Scorponok, he's awesome. Buy one.
Cool. Right, on to discussion time. And tonight we're going to be discussing what we're looking forward to this year.
We now return to the Transformers.
It's much more complicated now. There's like Twitch as well.
Thanks, Tom.
Too many things.
Jim, do you want to go to the bathroom and French kiss?
What about Sulu? Where is he?
Sulu's dead. Show me your gums. Oh, yeah.
Every time.
Cool. Right. Where's the next one? So we're going to finish off with discussion, which is what we're looking forward to this year. Transformers-wise, and robot-wise, and toy-wise, and also what we would like to see this year. So, Jamie, would you like to go first?
Yes, a life-size doll of Megan Fox and Peter Cullen. For him and
Peter Cullen.
Yeah, a perfect gift. You know,
You,
obviously
them
not
two,
sexual
little
in
cheeky
any
little
way.
MMF.
No sexuality whatsoever. You know, just good old-fashioned fun. Yeah, but seriously, I wouldn't mind. Because now we're getting like mini masterpiece either, and we can start to have some human type figures coming out, which almost scale with Voyager, you know, deluxe size figures. Because I think it'd be cool to have like a Spike and a Spark Plug, you know, the whole assembled cast of the human or alien characters in Transformers universe. We're already starting to see some little, you know, homages to characters that have been in the cartoon, so I would love a little set like that, and not a Hasbro project, but you know, a gift set or a box set, and I think it would do aesthetically well, and I think people would just buy that up. So I would love something that pays homage to the diverse range of other characters which were non-Transformers, especially the human type characters next year. And obviously I'm looking forward to eventually something being said about Swoop, and eventually finishing off the Dinobots. That would be the dream. And then the same thing which I've been saying for years and years now, the Autobots. We've had the Creatures Collide set, we've got Goldberg, you know, using the same mold as Bumblebee. You know, it's not too much of an adventure about changing certain things from some other characters which have already been out there to give us the Autobots.
Would you buy the third-party ones if they came out first?
Well, see, you've said something similar before, and I think if it's like Mastermind Creations and it's something that scales with, you know, what I find acceptable, then I would be interested. But to be honest, I think Chug has got to the place now where I have bought third party, and then Chug released a version, and you think to yourself, not only is it maybe just as good as the third party version, it's also maybe very close to being acceptable. You know, fits in nicely with the collection. So I would just wait. I'm sure if third party did come out, I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro would follow suit.
Yeah, X-Transbots are releasing their version. I think they come out in like June or July this year. So I don't know. I'm trying to think, have they teased them all? Yeah, they've teased them all, I think. No, they haven't actually. They teased them all? No, they've only teased like 3 of them. So Searchlight, and then the blue one and the red one, Freeway, and whatever way.
Was it Wide Load? Is the other one, the orange one? I can.
Wide Load's the orange.
They haven't teased them all. So Goldbug hasn't teased, right? I think he'll probably be the last one they can bring out. They've teased a few.
That was the crap Transformer that Liam got me. That's one of the first crap Transformers, and I was absolutely chuffed with it, and he was heartbroken.
Actually, no, there is actually a set that does scale, actually, Jamie. You can buy the Toy World.
Yeah, but see, the trouble with Toy World, it doesn't really look like them. See, what what I'm amazed at is now we're getting only the Chug figures. You know, when you look at Cosmos and Bumblebee and Cliffjumper, you know, and Warpath, the way they look like the characters from the show are close enough. You know, it's something I wouldn't have imagined when I first started collecting Transformers. And to see it at that level is, I would rather wait. The thing about the Toy World thing, it's a different interpretation, isn't it? I don't know if it's based on IDW because I don't really read IDW, but they don't look like the Photobots that I know.
In fact, it's just Searchlight they've actually teased. They haven't teased any others just yet. They've got the.
I would love the human figures. I would love representations of the human figures to come out. You know, and other figures from the Transformer universe like Deathhead, you know, as an assembled cast. I mean, we had, you know, he doesn't need to transform.
I'm surprised Deathhead hasn't been. I'm surprised they haven't done a red figure or Super 7 figure of Deathhead, actually, because that would fit quite well, wouldn't it? Like with his cartoon style.
Yeah. You know, and a large upscaled Marvel's Legend figure of Deathhead. So, you know, I'm surprised they haven't tried that.
We're going to get G-Axis. We're going to get a Death's Head at some point, surely. The only reason why you wouldn't is if there's some kind of licensing issue.
Well, you think Marvel would care. You'd think Marvel would think, we'll do an upscaled version, because Deathhead could change his size, couldn't he? Even in the comics. So, you know, there's no reason.
He's a grower, not a shower.
Yes, why we couldn't do a bigger version who just conveniently fits into the Transformers.
Am I right to go to bed?
I won't be there for another half an hour, but
I go next. So we
Fortnite on Twitch.
Moving. Shall we keep this thing moving? I'll go next.
Yeah, cool. Let's do it. Whoa!
So I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for loads of things, but I suppose the death. You almost got me saying Death's Heads. Then the double dealers, the third-party double dealers, are the two big ones for me. So obviously there's a Fans Hobby one, which I am eagerly awaiting, and then I know some people, depending where they ordered from, some people have already had theirs actually dispatched because Gav, he's got his on the way, hasn't he? And a couple of other people have commented they had theirs on the way. But the other one is the MMC version, which I kind of prefer the look of that one. I know it's not strictly speaking cartoon accurate like the Fans Hobby one is, but it's got a bit of edge to it, and I like the fact it's a little bit stylized. So I mean, I've got room on my shelf for all of them, but they're the two that I know are definitely coming that I would say are at the top of my list. Snarl, Studio Series Snarl. I really want a good Snarl toy. We've waited long enough for it. I'm hoping it's more, no offense, Jamie, but I'm hoping it's more of a Grimlock than a Sludge. You know, less QC issues. Sorry, I know, but it's true.
Hang on, Sludge
less QC issues.
QC
a lot of them are very loose hips.
Just being epic.
Loose hips. But this is the thing. Sludge is still really good, even with the QC issues. So imagine a figure of Snarl that's not got the QC. It's going to be epic. It's going to be amazing. And we need one. We've waited long enough for one. And Swoop as well was the other one I was going to mention of like the ones we know are coming. And ones that aren't in the pipeline, or at least we haven't had confirmed. I'm very much late 80s, so I'd love to see a couple of factions represented. We've had Fangry, so where are the rest of the junior headmasters, Decepticons in particular? I think we need those, and maybe updated version of the Autobot ones as well. And probably, to be honest, the Power Masters again, but done at Voyager scale with actual Power Master engines, Autobots and Decepticons. Because don't get me wrong, the Power of the Primes, Dreadwind and Darkwing are fine. They're good. I like them, but you know, you want them done with a little bit more heft to them. They were hefty toys back in the day. They were, you know, big Transformers for the time, and I'd love to see them done again. And even the Autobot ones. I mean, Getaway's my favorite of the Autobot ones, even before IDW. I always liked him, and Joyride as well. You know, I'd love to see them done, you know, again with modern engineering and modern toys. And if you're gonna do a Joyride, there's absolutely no reason why you can't do a Sure Shot, because they're both, you know, beach buggies. It's about time we had that. So there you go, and we'll chuck the Target Masters in, basically, or anything from the late 80s we haven't had redone again. We've got Point Blank from the Target Masters. We've had Crosshairs. Let's have Sure Shot in there as well.
Cool. Perfect. Right, I don't want to go next.
Fucking Action Masters, didn't they?
So
that was about 1990s. Fuck them.
They did, though, didn't they? They did, though, with the red figures, right? Modern Action Master.
Do you know what? I had an Action Master. I had mainframe, and all I remember about it was a wibbly piece of shit. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't get this. I don't get what they're going for here. It's a transformer that doesn't transform. And when you're a kid, you're not there going, well, I'm really wanting major articulation and all this. That it was just a wibbly piece of crap.
Maybe it's to introduce you to the sex life once you're married.
What, a wibbly piece of crap? I don't know what's going on with you.
Reduced articulation. That's why I'm not
reduced articulation. That just comes with old age. I'm afraid.
No. I think Andy raises a good point here, right? Let's face it, right? When we get to our age, right? Do you want to try everything in the Kama Sutra? Not really.
Kama
Sutra. Sex. Just stand sex. Just get it done.
Can I say thank you? Because on the Twitch tonight, we've been exploring how we can express ourselves, and we got moderated by quite a few little auto mods and stuff, but I've managed to turn it off now. So thanks to everyone for exploring what we can say. I think there were some really good points. I knew what was happening when I went over to Twitch, and the first notification was I got that. So fisting added as a permanent term by Transformers the Show auto mod. So the Twitch is slowly.
Are we contributing to the dictionary now?
Well, it's slowly coming into line with how offensive the YouTube is. So it's good. It's good.
Was that why you guys were swearing all the time during the show today?
No, that was just because
it's a happy coincidence, Jamie. You haven't sworn once, have you?
I know. I've been immaculate.
You're normally dropping the C-bombs.
I don't know, and I even nearly died today as well. So I've been,
Did you choke on a what's it?
What did you do? Stub your toe again?
No. Actually, what happened?
Swallowed up in the duvet.
What happened? I was having a bath. And do you know how when you have a bath and you lie back and you want to get the hot water to rise? And I was getting the hot water to rise, and I was using my foot to turn the faucet, but the trouble was it was rising. And I thought I need to turn it off, but I pulled my calf muscle, so I couldn't turn it off, and it was still rising. But lucky enough, I'm a scientist, so I knew if I raised my arms and my other spare leg, I would, because mass displaced with water, I could lower the volume of the water. But the trouble was, once I'd done that, I was kind of stuck, and I started to slide. So I was slowly starting to slide into the water. And it was still rising.
At which point did you start calling for Mainline?
I honestly thought that's what I was like, because I thought I was going to drown. I could almost see the staircase to heaven, not the fun one, so I was screaming.
So Mainline walks in, and you're trying to
managed to switch off the faucet and save my life, because I was nearly a goner. I wouldn't have been here today.
I love the idea you had to shout in Mainline to come to the top off.
I know,
my kids do some.
But she walks in, right, and he's got like two arms in the air, one leg. He looks like the Karate Kid underwater. Let's try to do that.
Right, come on, let's do this. So I'm looking forward to Magic Square. Bruticus.
Let me know when it's my turn. I've got a big list.
I'm really excited about that. I'm going to jump off and let you guys finish the show, because Alexis is going to go for fucking ages by the sound of things. I'm really tired.
It's not a joke. Okay.
So over to you, Alexis. Good night, everyone. Head to Transformers the Show. I'll see you later.
Good night.
Freaking hell.
I'm really tired. I don't want some cheese.
Can you not give control to Jamie?
Jamie's got control.
It's probably what I'm looking forward to. This year.
Professional, good straight on. Drinking some beer first.
I mean, we have to keep talking because he's gone now. I mean, we have to actually. Whenever you're ready.
So, I mean, probably this year, what I'm looking forward to the most is going to be these 4-foot Titans, I think. Like, there's a few out there, right? There's a few 4-foot Titans which have been teased. If you're not sure what ones have been teased, head over to Arify. He's done a all talk no shot video recently about the latest Titan reveals. So he even believes that MMC will be doing a Titan of sorts as well. So Tripticon really interests me because I really like the Titans Return Tripticon. So I like that one. That looks really good. The Light Toys Metroplex, although Lewin Toys is one, you see what that looks like, and the price will be very important. be good if Fanstoys did more around their Fort Max. And I guess the other one, which I think, so they're the ones which I'm quite excited because again, it will change the way I display again for the umpteenth time. So and it will depend as well which mode it comes in, because if it's shipped in base mode, that's a cunt to have to transform it. At least this, it looks good in both modes. And it's really good at hanging the keys off as well.
Wouldn't Metroplex probably be shipped in was it the space station mode or the spaceship one? When it's more compact.
Battle station. It was a battle station platform thing.
Yeah.
Maximus space station ship thing, wasn't it?
And I guess the other one, which it's hard to get excited now. Like, there's only so many semis and full-on Ardons you can have in a year, right, with Transformers. So, like, it's
just
hard.
think about all those GoBot fans who never experienced that.
That's it, mate. That's why they made Viagra. So, anyway, so I'm looking forward to the next MMC combiner because it's my Bruticus, which sits just in front of me every day. I look at it every day. I really, really, really like that, and it's like I have bot mode. I've got two different versions of it. I've got the bot mode. I've got the combined mode. I bought it so I can flip it back and forward. So I'm really looking forward to their protector bots. I'd love to see what they're going to be doing in that space as well. They're probably the things that I'm probably most excited about realistically this year. Nothing else really. I mean, everything else is nice. I did get excited about things like the X-Transbots doing the jump starters, run about as well. But I need to see more on that. But MMC, the combiner is solid. All these big titans are really quite interesting as well. Like, it's quite new. The other thing I'm excited about is Mondo. So Mondo Battle Cat when that comes out, and Super 7 Thunder Tank. So not quite Transformers, but again, exciting. So looking forward to.
You sound excited. You sound fucking ecstatic, Alexis.
I'm not excited when they're paid for it.
I had this much fun since my last funeral progression.
I'm not excited to see, when Sam sees them and questions, and she hasn't questioned yet, so it's all right.
Mate, if she hasn't questioned with all that behind you, I think you're fine. Fuck me.
I leave the right things lying around, okay? I leave these things lying around with that stickers on, not the other things with stickers on. So, because otherwise...
Right, she's come to peace with your collection, just like you've come to peace with all those gentleman callers she has. It's fine, don't worry about
it.
And I've asked you before, Andy, stop fucking ringing because I can always just say the favour. So Paul's actually fucked off. He's not even back.
No, he really has gone. He really has gone.
Fucked off. He has actually gone. He's gone.
I think he's been wanting to leave for about 30 minutes. Paul has a 2-hour limit on this show. We're nearly there.
Not even at 2 hours, are we?
Yeah, hour 56.
We've got a good Victorian. I think the Combine Awards Victorian was actually very well done, exceptionally well done. And the box set for Hasbro came with good accessories, which were much improved over the normal Hasbro Combiner stuff. Obviously, Takara took it a step notch up, but Victorian for a Hasbro piece was pretty damn good.
Do you not think, though, that now we've got Menasor and Young, have you combined him yet? Have you got round to that?
But I got the other Menasor from Game for a very good price, which everyone else
you mean
was
Motormaster?
getting. Motormaster, yes.
Yeah. I'm talking about the combined one.
Yeah, I haven't combined them yet because what I wanted to do was to do some more pictures of the other ones and, car modes with the old Menasor set, because I've already done one and do the rest and then eventually build up to there. But I keep getting, I don't know, all these pre-orders are coming in early. And so I've even got more Transformers delivered. I've got like Leo Prime came today. It's like non-stop toys coming just now. I mean, I know it's
weird to complain about it.
Yes.
Yeah. God damn all these figures I want arriving. Mother. But what I was going to say was the Menasor, it is a massive step up in terms of just the solidity of the figure, just the fact it feels. It's how I imagine a third-party combiner kind of feels. It's like it's not wobbling around. It depends on the third-party combiner, I suppose. But it's not wobbling around. It's just the one I've got. And again, I find him far easier to pose, which most of my combiners I have to stay in fairly static pose because if I try and pose them, they
just to make you aware,
topple.
there's only been one real company that's done solid combiners in third party, and that is Toy World or Zeta. Because they had parts forming, right? They're the only one that shows they've done their Superion, DX9, who made the Rodimus. They did a version of their Hallelujah, their last hurrah, whatever, was their Menasor, which was solid. It wasn't the most articulate thing. It had its flaws, like it did, but it's stable as well. Again, parts of that's what I think Hasbro took from. But you know, most of them like. They are really hard. So the Seacorns up there, right? You have to put them in the right position. The Hades, the Leo Kaiser, they went the first one they did was shocking. Like it was a joke.
So
like
I'm listening to you, Alexis. What I'm hearing is that Hasbro have actually stolen a march on the third-party companies by
the new one is actually really good. They've actually re-engineered the hips and the joints and stuff. Because again, it's the hips. It's always the hips, right? Because the hips are designed usually for the smaller bot, right? And then like Star Saber, MP Star Saber.
Hasbro have even done a core combiner now, aren't they? I mean, that's,
because if you listen, if you go listen to Toys R Us, you'll hear you'll have Mark and Tom, I think it is, who are the Hasbro designers, and a very good interview by the way, Russ. And you would hear about and they talk about they did the core combiner because they wanted to prove they could do a combiner at core class. That's what it was, and they're talking about a lot of the things. And there's going to be a fan first, whatever it's called, Thursday or Friday or something like that, Tuesday, something like that coming out. And
the only problem with the core combiners is some of those little figures just look pretty crappy compared to what we get at a larger scale. But if you're willing to sacrifice that for the combiner,
well, it's no different to Legends combiners, right? Like Legends combiners don't sacrifice, do they? Like so.
I don't know. I've not really seen that many Legend scale combiners.
Remember the
Superior, which is amazing. You've got the Make Toys Benson, which is amazing. You've got the
Hasbro core combiners at a different price point, though.
That is true.
Just start
£12 now for a core figure.
Oh, cheaper.
You're looking at close to 200 for a combiner at Legend scale.
Legends?
Close, close to 200. So yeah, I mean, how much was it?
I mean,
if you buy the KO version of the Menasor, you're paying about 120.
I think Dan Vestator made a point saying it might be a long wait for the new waves to come, though.
Could be.
I'm actually happy for that because it means saving some money and actually start to appreciate the stuff we got. Because the trouble is, when we're getting stuff so much fast and quick, you don't really get to savor what you're buying, aren't you? Before something new's coming, and that's the trouble.
The echo is back,
and that's actually a very good point, Jamie, around third party as well, because a lot of third party comes out of China. Obviously, Chinese New Year's this month. They always try and get all the figures out.
It's actually not Chinese New Year; it's the Lunar New Year. But yeah, go. Let's go.
Anyway. They always try and get so there's like literally like
Professor Liddell has spoken.
Every third party company now is releasing their figures like they're pushing them out the door like it's like
and it's on Sunday
just a Christmas as well. So it and like and Blue Monday, whatever it's called, on the 18th of January or whatever.
What are you guys doing for the Lunar New Year? I'm going to eat lots of Chinese.
I'm going to drink beer and watch football. So basically,
Made in
it's a
China.
Sunday. Yeah, I'll buy some Chinese. What is Chinese? Is there a Chinese beer? If there is.
Sahi?
No, that's
Sahi
Japanese.
Japanese.
Oh, not again, Alexis. Oh yeah, Asahi's Japanese, and I don't just know that because of the adverts on the radio. I don't think I've ever had an Asahi.
It's quite nice, actually. I don't know what the calories are.
I'll
try and look at the calories. I
miss Cobra Black, but we've had this discussion before. Cobra Black, that was a great lager. Came in like a wine bottle, for Christ's sake, and it was about 10%. A couple of those on a Friday night used to absolutely
That's the thing. I got shot by in Japan, and when I discovered the beer I was drinking, it was like 8%. Then I realised I was paralytic and couldn't remember last night.
That and the fact you drank 20 of them.
A friend of mine used to live in Belgium. And
I was like, I was dining. I'm going, oh, alcohol has no affected me. Blacked out.
A friend of mine lives in Belgium, and he lived in this little town where the monks make the beer. And the beer was so popular, like now, like you get invited back and you can only have like 2 cases. So when he goes back, he always gets us like my brother and I 3 bottles each, like because that's it's like like 8 or 9%. Well, it's a triple filter beer, and you can when you're drinking it, you can literally just feel yourself change as it goes down. It goes.
Well, in Japan, you could go to these distilleries and you could sample all the different wines, all the what's the fermented wine called again? I forgot it. Sake, yeah. And so you could go and start, and then once you finished, so you've sampled like 12 or 18, you can start again. They don't mind. So you could just go all the way down the bottom and then just start again. Oh, it was brilliant. And then when all the other tourists realised you could do this as well, they all just started copying me. I was just kind of like more people waiting. And I was taking a Mainline sample as well because she didn't really like it.
Our local breweries like that. You go there on the member. You go there and you give the pint glass, and they just go help yourself. Right?
Do you have a drinking problem? No, I love this stuff.
I was going to say I've always got one. I'm fine. It's not a problem.
Pints, though.
Just inject it into me.
The quick club. It used to be like who can
drink into my veins.
Yes.
Cut out the middleman.
Getting a little needle, inject it into oranges to your foot.
So is there anything else that anyone else is looking forward to this year? I know. Ian, the Arrow Fire, said about Fanstoys finishing a combiner. That'd be.
We've got Armada Optimus Prime, which I assume is that the Hasbro one, because that's what would have been leaked on the not leaked, but it's on the art, isn't it? The box art for the Legacy Evolution figures. You've got Legacy Insecticons. Ed's mentioned. Robert Freebury was the one who mentioned Armada Optimus. Rohan said Legend Scale and Mega Supreme and Magic Square Combaticons because he hates Hasbro. Get over it, come on. Dave and his posable nipples. He's looking forward to getting all the Junkions and Legacy with their posable nipples. Sunstreaker Titan has meant Fans Hobby Dreadwind and Darkwing. So how could I forget that, Sunstreaker? Jesus Christ, yeah, the Fans Hobby Dreadwind and Darkwing that look pretty good as well. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they look as good as Double Dealer does, but they still look good. Nick said anything MMC.
Nothing looks better than Double D's, mate. Double D's are the way to go.
Double D's always look good, mate. I've never seen a pair of Double D's that don't. Make toys highbrow, anything lost light. Rohan Corner says Titan Nemesis. Yeah, well, what will Titan Nemesis be? Because strictly speaking, if you go by the lore, the Nemesis is now often depicted as Trypticon. So is it going to be something that transforms into like a dinosaur robot type thing, or
is that the lore? Is that the,
Trypticon gets turned into the Nemesis because he gets damaged in battle. It's from the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron comics, which became part of the
from the game, right, as well.
Yeah, game rather, Ahmed, and then that kind of has
is that okay. It's not.
Well, it's part of it. Whether they go with it, you know what Hasbro's like. They'll change the law to whatever they want.
Just on that point, it's not the other way around. Obviously, because in the cartoon, it was the Nemesis first, and then Trypticon came later. Did Trypticon get
well, in the original cartoon, the Nemesis was just the ship that travelled on. And
no, but what I'm saying is that the Trypticon was he birthed from the Nemesis?
No, he just turned up. He just like most of the bots of that period. He literally just you're in an episode. He's there, and nobody questions it.
Martin, if you're looking for a breakdown, it's worth to go in Kapow and In Demand Toys and enter in the email.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know Star Action Figures did have some, but they've eventually sold out, and many people weren't buying their stock. Everybody else is sold out, so maybe they'll get some more in. And it's always worth, checking with Hasbro because they seem to get more stock in as well. Especially since a lot of people will have extra stock for replacements because of QC issues.
What else have we got in there? Legacy Ligerjack / Leo Breaker, Kang Toys Legends Predacons.
The Rhino's just out, right?
Island.
I've had a notification say that the ram horn is now ready to be acquired. So Kang Toys Predaking, sorry, is officially going to be built in the next week. Again, Chinese New Year, right? Loom or whatever. What did you say, was Jamie?
Yeah, actually, what Mick just said, I would recommend getting it from Big Breakdown. I'm going to try and put the link in just now. Hopefully,
Big Bang Comics.
Yes, I have used them. You could email them specifically. They'll help with postage. They try to go with the cheapest method possible. They're fantastic.
There you go.
So I would definitely recommend using them. I've seen them active in the G.I. Joe forums quite often as well because they've been helping out with G.I. Joe collectors. So I would recommend Big Bang Comics. I would use them more as well, but was it for the whole freaking Brexit thing?
Let's not get into that.
Any more then? I think we're done. Do you want to? Do we have the Twitter on? Is that on?
We can put the
Twitter. Yes, we've got that. What do you call it? That thing, haven't we? Where Paul just.
Oh, Rise of the Beast. Ed's just thrown that out there, which is actually a really good one as well.
Well done. I couldn't find it.
There we go.
Right. So we've had a great time tonight. 3 years in 1 week. You know, we're 3 years and 1 week young. We look forward to seeing you next week. From our hosts, Jamie, Andy. I'm waiting for you to say goodbye, but you know, moment passed.
Bye.
Well, I'm not going to say bye because we'll never leave because we're friends. We'll still be talking on Messenger and Facebook
until we see you again.
You know, Twitter.
And we will make sure Paul has got plenty of cheese to get him going through his hibernation weekend.
He'll be on the cheese
next Friday.
He'll be on the cheese.
He will be. Yeah, he does have a very, very stressful job.
Maybe Paul is looking for a hero.
Good night, all.
Bye.